WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
This is Sarah Herrera, a man facing murder and arson charges for the death of a Chicago firefighter who died in Rogers Park, who remain locked up as the case moves through court.
Meantime, the man accused of shooting and killing a freshman at Loyola University misses his first court appearance, hospitalized with tuberculosis. Plus, Transportation Secretary Duffy says New York's LaGuardia Airport is well-staffed in terms of air traffic controllers amid a fatal collision today.
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Wall Street soars higher. Oil takes a tumble on hopes for an end to the war with Iran. The Dow today up 631. The NASDAQ up 299. The S&P up 75.
It's 4 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. An Air Canada jet carrying more than 70 passengers collides with a fire truck while landing at New York's LaGuardia Airport, killing 2 pilots, injuring several other people, and leaving a runway closed until Friday. Officials say the fire truck was crossing the tarmac late last night after being given permission to check on another plane reporting an odor on board. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
As our airports go, LaGuardia is a very well-staffed airport. We're a couple controllers short in total, but it is a well-staffed airport. Again, 33 certified controllers that operate out of the tower here at LaGuardia.
Secretary Duffy says the collision is under investigation. The Trump administration sends ICE agents to airports to help TSA workers as they remain on the job without pay. CBS's Nicole Skanga has more from George Bush International Airport in Houston.
What I will say about ICE personnel, we have seen them sort of on the front end of some of these passenger screening lines here in Houston. We're at George Bush International Airport right now, and DHS says they're really being used sort of as a multiplier in targeted roles. So checking passenger identification, monitoring some of the exit lanes, and managing crowds.
Docs rallied on market hopes for an end to the conflict with Iran. CBS's Jason Brooks.
President Trump gave stocks a big boost when he said there have been constructive talks with Iran, although the gains were pared back after Iran claimed that no talks have taken place. Investors, though, are desperate for a potential off-ramp, with the market stumbling lower for 4 consecutive weeks.
The Dow closed up 631 points. The NASDAQ jumped 299. An overnight arson attack in the British capital.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. 4 ambulances belonging to Hatzolah, a Jewish volunteer charity, were set on fire. Community leader Mark Gardner says Hatzolah's paramedics help Jews and non-Jews.
This attack is all the more sickening for the nature of what Hatzolah does in saving life.
No one was injured, but exploding oxygen tanks in the burning ambulances blew out windows in nearby homes, forcing more than 30 residents to evacuate.
While in Memphis, President Trump stops for a private tour of Graceland.
Let's take a look.
All right, so welcome to the living room.
The president said he loved Elvis.
I'm a big fan of Elvis. Who is it, right?
And his music.
I don't get tired of that music. I hear it a lot.
But never got a chance to meet him.
I knew Frank Sinatra. I knew most of them.
At the end of the tour,
What a beautiful guitar.
President Trump signed a guitar.
Did he play this guitar?
His tour guide said no, it was a replica guitar that the king never played. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
4:03 Monday, the 23rd day of March. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lisa Fielding. We've got sunny skies, but it feels chilly. We've got north winds blowing right now, 41 degrees. Warmer tomorrow, and kind of a roller coaster of temperatures through the weekend. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 4:15. But first, at 4, the man charged in the Rogers Park fire that killed a Chicago firefighter will stay locked up as his case moves forward. WBBM's Sarah Herrera has the details from his first court appearance today.
He used to live in the building in Rogers Park where prosecutors say he set the deadly fire. The detention hearing was packed with firefighters as 27-year-old Chavez Slate appeared and a judge denied pretrial release. Prosecutors say Slate set a mattress on fire in the basement of the building, then took the red light to the Harold Washington Library bathroom where he dyed his hair. Flames spread to the first floor where 32-year-old firefighter Michael Altman fell into the basement and died. His public defender said Slade is from Hawaii with no criminal history there, lived in Chicago for about a decade, attended art school, and has struggled with mental health since he was 5 years old with recent bouts of homelessness. Prosecutors cited prior charges and missed court dates and said he never alerted anyone to the fire. 45th Ward Alderman James Gardner, who has served as a firefighter, said it was important for him to be there.
As sad and heartbreaking as these occasions are, it's equally reassuring for the family to see the love and support that is brought by other first responders.
Sarah Herrera, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And at the same time, we're continuing to monitor another high-profile case, the Venezuelan migrant accused of killing a Loyola student at a Rogers Park beach last week did not appear in court today because he is in the hospital with tuberculosis. Now his first court appearance will take place on Friday. As TSA wait times continue to soar during the partial shutdown, ICE agents have been spotted at O'Hare today.
Haj tells us he didn't see any ICE agents until he landed here from Houston.
It doesn't really seem like they're doing too much help. I feel like there's still a lot of traffic and still a lot of blockage, so I thought they would be like, helping with TSA and helping things run more smoothly, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're just here.
He says after seeing social media posts about long waits for security, he arrived at the airport in Houston at 2:30 in the morning and waited an hour before TSA opened. He says there were empty seats on his flight. He speculates were due to people being stuck in lines. While the lines here have been long, full of people traveling for spring break, they are moving. At O'Hare, Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Illinois' top law enforcement officer says billions of dollars worth of funding for everything from school lunch programs to assistance for families in the state is at risk.
This must stop. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul says this is the 57th lawsuit he's joined or filed against the administration on behalf of the state. It focuses on a new list of requirements the Ag Department says states must follow in order to receive money already appropriated by Congress. It includes prohibitions on giving benefits to undocumented immigrants and using funds to, quoting now, promote gender ideology. Raoul calls the list vague and says it's outside USDA's authority.
They are again disregarding our Constitution. They are threatening our health and safety and the survival of our crops and natural resources.
Raoul says the orders cover more than $5.5 billion in federal funds for Illinois, most of which goes toward the food assistance program known as SNAP. An Agriculture Department spokesperson says the agency does not comment on pending litigation. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
There are concerns in Indiana that boys are lagging behind. Teresa Lubbers is president of the Sagamore Institute, which says many teen boys are turning to social media and unhealthy influences like online betting and divisive political material instead of positive personal mentors.
One of the things we know, for example, is boys are more likely to learn what they learn and what they do. So work-based learning experiences, apprenticeship, those kinds of programs make a difference, especially to young boys when they're trying to have some relevance to what they're learning.
The Sagamore Institute says many boys also lose interactions with positive role models because they stop playing sports, in part due to costly travel leagues and even the loss of school and neighborhood sports. The researchers say banning cell phones use in school is one key to cutting down on negative online interaction and promoting real relationships for young people. It's 4:08 now. Time to check in on the roads, traffic, and weather together on the 8s. How are things moving, Neil?
Not good on the Stevenson now. We're pretty jammed up outbound, passing First Avenue to LaGrange Road, where we're getting word of a crash.
What's up, Mizzy Dort?
Yes, 27 to 740 to the Tri-State, 52 to 355. Coming in through the Veterans.
This is what I'll say. I wrote about this a few times, and I'm behind in that series. I got a series going back 3 years now. Actually, it goes back further. It goes back. I got a series that goes back almost 15 years. I have documentation and stuff that I did, but I have to dig it up because it was erased by Facebook. It was erased by the Biden administration. The Biden administration targeted me for erasure from Facebook. That's a fact. There you go. There's another building empty. See that one there on that corner? I never noticed that one. We're at Michigan and Ontario. Right there, that building is empty right there. 625 North Michigan Avenue. Empty. See that storefront? It's empty. I never noticed that. And then then that one is empty on that side. I know that one that's got the plywood there. So both sides are empty. Oh, and then you have that one's for lease. You got that side that's for lease. On that side, So the only one is Burberry that's occupied here. You have one, 2 empty, and 3 empty. So 625 is empty. I never noticed that one. So you have 3 corners empty on Michigan and Ontario. That's 75% vacancy. So getting back to the migrant issue. By the way, SubX.News on the spot, and you see Cook County sheriffs down here on Michigan Avenue. Why are they here? I don't know. I guess crime is down, right? I don't know. And I might drop here. It always drops on this bridge, so we'll see. In regards to the migrant replacement theory, they're not here to replace you. They're to work for your replacements. And I lost a lot of my information. I got a lot of it in raw data. I have to go through and dig it up again. But since we have an aging population and work is getting more, and by the way, SubX.News on the spot reporting is 4:10 p.m. We're reporting from downtown Chicago. This is the 3rd year we're doing this. This is our 3rd year. In July, let's start the 4th year. This is our 3rd year. We're doing this full-time, 3 years. We started this in 2023. The replacement theory is that we're getting older. We don't have enough people to do our jobs, because if you just heard on the radio, they don't even put the kids into vocational school anymore. They're emasculated or feminized. Men are feminized here, right? Which is, bad. And you should be a man, you should be a woman. That's how you procreate, right? There's no other ways to do it. Everybody understands the transgender issue. It's to destroy society, right? Transgenderism is to destroy society, to make people impotent, to decrease the population so the ruling class can keep going, right? Transgenders can't have babies. It's fake, right? The only way to have babies is put a man and a woman together. That's the only way. You can talk about Bible and all that stuff, but that's the truth. There's no other way to make babies. So, if we know all of this stuff, and we know that we're an advanced society where we want a lot of money, and the rich people want to keep getting richer, then they need to get rid of us, right? We're getting older. We're going to need more care. We're going to need more services. So what do? They have to bring a set of people in that are going to work for those people and listen to them, right? And that would be new immigrants, right? And that's why they're bringing these new immigrants into our society. They're not our replacements. They're to work for our replacements, especially in Chicago. Chicago is going to go up to maybe 15 to 20 million people by 2050, and they're going to need workers because African Americans, right? There's another corner store empty. See that there? African Americans, older Hispanics, older whites, all of us, we're not going to work for cheap $5, $10 an hour, so they have to bring in the people that are going to work for them, right? That's what they're doing. That's what all these migrants are in. They're here to work, right? They're here to take over our jobs. That is the truth. And the biggest thing that I got my red flag when this was happening, Ms. Zidor, is this. Why would an American union, like the teachers union, like the AFL-CIO, like the dock workers, like any other union say, oh, you can't mistreat these immigrants? But they're not. They're illegals. That's what we're talking about. If you come here legally, no one cares. Most of the people that watch my show are immigrants. I'm an immigrant. Most of the people that watch, and if you're not a direct immigrant, you're a descendant of an immigrant. Unless you're African American and you've been here, brought here, right? Your descendants were brought here by force, right? And you're an American. You're just an American. That's all there is. I don't know why African Americans call themselves African Americans. You should just call yourself an American. You're an American. You're here, right? You were brought here. Your ancestor, if that's where you came from. I don't know. Some African Americans are blacks that are brought from other places. So you have to check that lineage. Some people would lie about that, right? And you have to check. And some people were never enslaved. There were some people that came to our society that were never enslaved, and they were black, right? So you have to look at all those records. But I'm digressing now, right? The point that I'm trying to make here, what Ms. Zidora said, is yes, they're trying to replace us. They're trying to replace us. They're trying to get the workers to replace us, right? And that's what they're doing. That's what we just seen the other day, right? One of these replacements, he just shot and killed a girl. Now we don't know what happened here. it's starting to be a strange story. Why is a guy with tuberculosis shooting people on the lakefront? And why does he have a limp, right? He has a limp. I'm going to say this. I don't think I've said this. I might have said it on one occasion. I got to know how to say this because I can't say certain things. The city knows where every migrant is. They know exactly where every single one of them are. I know because I have records showing that. Right? I have records from the city and from other places that show that the city of Chicago knows where every migrant is. In fact, the government knows where every migrant is since they crossed the border. Some are hiding. Maybe they got away and they're riding in the woods. I don't know. But they know where everyone is, especially like these guys that are on public aid. So not only do they know them, who they are, where they come from, I don't know if they're fake names. Medina sounds like a fake name, right? But they know where they came from across the border. They know when they came into Chicago. And then they know where they live because they're giving them aid to pay for their rent. How do you think they found this guy so fast? They talking about filming and video, right? Why do you think they found him so fast? How did they find this guy so fast? They said he was limping and they know this and that. How did they find him so fast? I know every one of these guys. They know every single one of them. They know their names. They know their addresses. Whether their names are real or fake, I don't know. That's a second thing, right? That's why we can't have them crossing the border. That's what Trump talks about. But again, they know exactly where every one of these migrants are. And they let that guy free, and he was on a warrant, and they didn't arrest him, and now that girl's dead. So that one's on the county prosecutors and the cops. It's also on the Chicago cops. Because they should be, or the sheriffs, or whoever does these warrants. Someone blew it. It's like these ankle bracelets where they're walking around doing crimes. And I don't know why no one's holding the sheriff, or the cops, or the prosecutors. Everybody's talking about Brandon Johnson and all this, and I keep saying that. He's one guy. Brandon Johnson's one guy. You remove him. He's a bad guy. But there's hundreds, if not thousands, of other workers. The warrant officers, probation officers, parole officers, sheriffs, police. How come this guy was running loose on a warrant and he's an illegal? Well, first of all, it's a sanctuary city. You can't communicate with the feds. Okay. Take that out of the equation. Well, why was he still running around with a warrant? Well, how does a guy with a warrant get public aid? I'm sure that guy was getting public aid. You want to bet? He was living in an apartment somewhere. He can't afford North Sheridan. What are those, $2,000 a month apartments up there? Maybe it's a raggedy apartment. It's still $1,000. Where did he get $1,000 a month to pay for rent? No, he wasn't. He's probably in a Section 8 or something. Or it was hooked up with some other guys that had Section 8. Yeah, they're not telling us everything here. What's up? What's up, Hammond Bears, Greg? But you guys get it, man. The government ain't telling us what's going on. And I'm going to say this. I'm getting really, really tired of these. You voted Democrat. You did this. I don't like that. You're just like the liberals. You're like the liberal bot. Stay off my page with that kind of bullshit, okay? I'm tired of that, right? Stay off. You're like a weirdo, man, a brainwashed weirdo. Talk normal, behave, right? Talk normal, say some words, talk what your position is, right? But don't be saying it's your fault. It's no one's fault, man. I'm not out there letting migrants go do certain things. I'm not a cop, right? Don't say those things. It's weird, right? It's a weird, brainwashed response. And you're no better than the liberals, right? That's the same thing. And I told that to somebody this morning. I said, you're no better than the liberal. You're the same. You're exactly the same, if not worse. If not worse. Because you want to take away my right to speak. You want to harm people that are doing news work, and you want to harm them, and you want to somehow besmirch them, right? Same thing with the liberals. They do that all the time. Right now we're getting it's political propaganda that you put up that he is a migrant killer. I got 4 or 5 of those posts this morning. 4 or 5 of those. It's propaganda that you say he was an illegal migrant that killed an American. That's what they're saying. Unbelievable. I've never seen that kind of comment. Never. So the idea, I guess, that I'm getting to today is these are all distractions. And I'm going to say why. Did anybody hear of a triple shooting on the South Shore? Now, if you read our page, you've heard about it. And I just found out just an hour ago that 2 died. When I did the story, only 1 died. Now, the second person died. So there was a triple shooting on South Shore. 3 guys got shot. 1 died on scene. Now a second guy died. So there's a triple shooting, 2 dead. Has anybody heard about that in the news today? You didn't hear it on the regular news. We're going to listen to the 4:30 news. We're going to see if WBBM mentions it. Imagine we had a triple shooting where 2 guys died. 2 guys, triple shooting, 2 guys. And it happened in dinner time around 5-something, 5:30, 5:20, something like that. It wasn't at night, at midnight. It wasn't weird time. It was right in the middle of the day, and they were in their backyard or something, it sounded like, or out on somewhere. So think about it. We just had a triple shoot. 2 guys died, and you don't hear about it. You don't hear about anything. That is the most dangerous thing that we can be living through right now. When multiple people can get shot and murdered during the day, you know, during the day, and the news don't report it. Ms. Gorman's death is important, right? She's out with her friends at 1 or 3 in the morning, and that's bad. I don't know. You can talk about why was she there, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, there shouldn't be no discussion of that. It's funny that the liberals say that now. They say, oh, why was she out there? The same liberals, when you say, oh, why was he doing? There you go. They're doing gangbanging right there. Don't you see them doing gangbanging right there? They're gangbanging right in front of you, man. See that, those guys? Did you just see that? They're gangbanging right there in the open. Right at the jewels, right in front of everybody. Did you just see that? They're gangbanging right here and selling drugs right here. Oh, fuck, man. Here we're talking about these things, and it's happening right in front of you. Why? Because the mayor allows it. Because the mayor has a bunch of people in his government that want crime. Why? Because then they can sell $3.5 million condos in Bucktown. That's why. They're profiting off of this, right? They're profiting off the drugs. They're profiting off the crime. They're profiting off the criminals. Why? Because we have a high inventory of paid-off properties that are cheap in Chicago. Why? Because the migrants, your grandpas and grandmas, the ones that they stole in Inglewood, the blacks, they all worked hard. They've paid for those houses long time ago. Long time ago. Cheap. 20, 30 grand, 40 grand. In the 40s and 50s, houses were 30, 40 grand, even cheaper. Those are all paid off houses. Paid off. It's called inventory. There's a lot of it here in Chicago. I read an article that we have the most highest valued inventory of real estate in anywhere in the United States, meaning single house inventory all over the city. And good inventory, meaning you have sewers, you have electric. It's not undeveloped inventory. They have sewers, you have electric, right? You have connectivity, you have all of that stuff. You know, we can complain about it sometimes, but that's what's going on in Chicago, right? There you go, man. There you go. All right, let's get out of here. There you go, man. It's right there, man. It's what, 4:23 p.m. on a Monday. Didn't we start here Friday or Thursday? There was a fight here with a white drug addict beating up the worker. Don't you remember that? We were here. The first thing we seen was here a fight, and they're right there. Where's the cops at? Where's the sheriffs at? Where's anybody at? Where is anybody? Do you see anybody out there? They're doing whatever they want on private land. One time I was out here and it's on video. I was videotaping the sheriffs. And you know what those pricks told me? Oh, you're on private land. Get off. I said, what? Oh, you got to get off. You're on private land. And you just seen those drug dealing gangbangers are right there. And here is what I got to say. Anybody who says these are rappers and anybody says this is okay, you know, you're going to be in trouble because the pendulum is swinging, and I'm telling you this. That don't mean you can't be conciliatory, and that don't mean you can't say, hey, people shouldn't be dying on the streets, which they shouldn't. But you can't be taking the side of the gangbangers here. And I'm talking directly to another page that does that. And I'm not talking about Squid Ape. Squid Ape is something different. It documents what's happening. I'm talking to somebody else right now. And I'm running right out here. You need to be careful how you talk, my brother. You can't be talking like that. You need to say the gang member dealing drug killers. That's who they are. Just like the illegal. He's an illegal who crossed the border. He illegally came into our country. He's an illegal. He's a criminal who stole from a store. So not only did he cross our border illegally, he came into our country and started stealing from our downtown stores. Then he didn't go to court. And then he got a gun. And then he shot somebody. That's a criminal. Got that? There's no other way to talk about that. You can say right or wrong or propaganda. I could care less what you say. That has nothing to do with anything. He's a criminal who crossed the border illegally. He did crime in our country. He didn't go to court. Then he got a gun, and now an American citizen is dead because of him. Period. Gang bangers who gangbang, who do criminal activity, who sell drugs, who are in front of the jewels are gang-banging drug dealers. They are so disrespectful that it's 4:25 p.m. on rush hour, and people need to see that stuff right there. You just seen it. You can do whatever you want. I've been threatened by gangbangers. They're gonna shoot me. They crashed into my car before. Yeah, they did. It was on live TV. They crashed the back of my car once. What? They threatened to shoot me. What? Why? Because you're in public doing drug dealing? Because you're a criminal in public? Because you're an illegal alien killing Americans? Come on, man. I ain't doing the crime. You are. And you're doing it in public. The illegal was on public aid. He's on Section 8. We paid for that criminal to shoot that girl, man. That's some sick stuff, man. Think about it. Think about this. Everybody who's watching this show, you might not agree with me or not. That girl who got shot, we paid for that guy's lodging. Who paid for that guy to come here to this country, huh? That's what you got to think about, right? Who paid for his plane ride, right? Because he didn't come through no jungle. He might have, but most of those guys don't walk through the jungle. So we're going to be listening to a little bit of news. You just seen it. Drug dealing is right in front of you, man. It's right there. It's nonstop. There's no plan. The plan is to take everything. There you go, man. There's road rage right there, man. See the road rage? That was road rage. Didn't you just see that? She was, one of the two was doing something to the other one. Road rage, man, right there. Right there, man. It's chaos. There is no plan. It's chaos. It's violence, murder, mayhem, stealing, theft. And as we get older, they're going to steal what we have, right? I sent a request to the mayor's office. Said, where's the advisories? Where's my media advisory? Where he's going to be talking to? They refused. They clicked erase. I have FOIA requests going back 5 or 6 years with, hey, what's up, my brother? I have FOIA requests with the Kwame Raoul's office and all of that. They ignore it. Well, what are you going to do, man? That's why I'm warning you guys out there that you do that crazy stuff, and I just put out that statement to somebody else. There's more good people than bad people. You need to be really careful out here, man. Right now, the criminals in Chicago are being protected. The criminals in Chicago are being... The criminals in Chicago are being protected by the government and the cops. When the 95% of the good people get tired of that, two things are going to happen. They're going to take matters into their own hands. And not only are they going to take matters in their own, they're going to remember that the cops didn't do their jobs. So I'm for law and order. I back the blue and all of that stuff. But, you need to do your jobs, man. And when the mayor says you can't talk to the feds about an illegal and you follow that order, which is an illegal order, then you're a pussy. You're a pussy cop. Because that violates your First Amendment right. You can hear the sirens right now. No government can tell you not to talk to anybody. That's an illegal order. You got that? It's an illegal order, and all the cops are following. And I don't know why John Catanzara, the FOP president, hasn't filed an unfair labor practice. He must be getting that greasy money, sitting in that greasy office there, right? I heard that he was a bad cop and he got removed. That's why he likes that greasy job he's got. Think about it. Why don't you hear lawsuits from John Catanzara? Huh? Why wasn't there a lawsuit to remove the people out of those Chicago police stations back then, a few years ago? Remember all those police stations they were staying in? How come John Catanzara never filed an unfair labor practice, never filed a OSHA complaint, never filed a fire marshal complaint, never filed a lawsuit? How come he never did that? How come that cop president, FOP president, John Catanzara, never filed any paperwork against that action? Huh? Think about it. Yeah. Because he's in on it, that's why. Let's listen to the news.
This is his first day in court after being hospitalized.
This is Sarah Herrera. A 4-year-old is killed in a house fire in Mundelein.
The deployment of ICE personnel to O'Hare Airport may speed up check-in, but it's slowing down Chicago's immigration office.
It's absolutely chaotic.
I'm political editor Jeff Buckles in the Loop.
Plus, New York's LaGuardia Airport reopens after a deadly crash involving an Air Canada jet and a fire truck. In sports, Bulls take on the Rockets at the UC. And in business,
big gains on Wall Street today while oil takes a tumble on hopes for easing hostilities in Iran. The Dow today up 631 points. The NASDAQ up 299. The S&P adding 75. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
41 degrees, sunny skies. The news continues now at 4:31. The man charged in the murder of a Loyola University student is being treated for tuberculosis and has not appeared in court just yet. The story now from WBBM's Terry Keshner.
25-year-old Jose Medina was supposed to be in court over the weekend to face murder charges in last week's shooting death of 18-year-old Loyola freshman Sheridan Gorman, but he was hospitalized, leading to a possible Monday hearing. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office now says Medina has tuberculosis, and so the case was continued to this Friday for a detention hearing if Medina is able to be there. The Department of Homeland Security says Medina is a Venezuelan migrant who has been living in the U.S. illegally. Terry Keshner, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A house fire in northwest suburban Mundelein claims the life of a 4-year-old this morning.
Firefighters from multiple departments rushed to the 2-alarm fire where photos and video show a home left badly damaged. Fire is reported to have broken out in a neighborhood southwest of Maple Avenue and Lake Street. Investigators have not said what sparked the blaze, and there's no word yet on whether anyone else was injured. Sarah Herrera, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A suburban teenager from Venezuela looking for asylum with his father in suburban Glen Ellen is in limbo. It comes after a check-in was reportedly delayed by, among other things, the deployment of ICE officers to O'Hare International Airport.
Stephen is going home.
Chicago Congresswoman Delia Ramirez arrived late to an event here because she was with the autistic 14-year-old known as Stephen and his father for a check-in with immigration authorities.
He crawled up like a child, covered his face and covered his ears. He was so afraid.
Agents detained Stephen and his father for weeks in Texas last year after they crossed into the U.S. seeking asylum and a reunion with Stephen's mother in Glen Ellen. Ramirez says the family's paperwork is still in Texas, and this latest hearing was delayed more than 2 hours because ICE personnel had to be brought back from O'Hare.
What they were wanting to do was to take them. I think they don't have capacity because they've deployed everyone to the airport.
Ramirez says Stephen stopped eating and struggled with loud noises during his confinement. How's he doing now?
Deeply traumatized, but trying to get back to normalcy.
And facing a new check-in next month. We're in the Loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
Well, the shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security is at risk of shattering the record for the longest ever funding lapse for any federal agency if President Trump and congressional Democrats can't strike a deal this week. The latest now from CBS's Nicole Killian.
No talks are scheduled today between the White House and Democrats on Homeland Security funding. A source familiar with the discussions tells CBS News the White House turned down a meeting today with a group of Senate Democrats. This after a pair of bipartisan talks with border czar Tom Homan on Capitol Hill last last week. Holman told reporters Monday he'll meet again with lawmakers if the president wants him to.
At the same time, President Trump has sent ICE agents to airports across the country, including here in the Chicago area, to help unpaid TSA workers. About 75 agents have been deployed to O'Hare. WBBM witnessed some of the officers watching security as long lines of travelers move through at least Terminal 2. Mayor Johnson says ICE will be doing things like monitoring exit lines and making announcements so TSA agents can focus on screening. Well, New York City's LaGuardia Airport is back open and operating after a deadly crash last night.
Pilot and co-pilot of an Air Canada jet were killed and dozens of passengers injured when their plane struck a fire truck on the runway while landing at New York's LaGuardia Airport late Sunday night.
Truck 1 Company crossing Florida Delta. Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop.
That was LaGuardia Air Traffic Control, courtesy Live ATC. Videos show severe damage to the front of the plane with cables and debris hanging from a mangled cockpit. Nearby, a damaged fire truck lay on its side. Officials say the Jazz flight from Montreal had 72 passengers and 4 crew. The fire truck was traveling across the runway to respond to a separate incident aboard a United Airlines flight that had reported an issue with odor. Julie Walker, New York.
Well, President Trump extended the deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The president threatened to attack Iranian power plants within 48 hours if Tehran does not comply. CBS's Aaron Navarro tells us
that guy just walked across the sidewalk,
days after he said,
endangering everybody as he's walking, and now he's inside that Chick-fil-A messing with people.
Exactly the U.S. is talking to in Iran.
I'm watching him right now.
Not the current Iran.
He's messing with people in that Chick-fil-A.
We do know that President Trump said that talks will continue today, that it is the window.
It's dangerous downtown, man.
Goes as they have for many of the foreign conflicts for President Trump in the Middle East.
The Iranian state media, though, has denied that any talks are taking place. Well, the International Energy Agency says that the current energy crisis is worse than previous of all crises back in 1973 and 1979. Details from CBS's Jason Brooks.
IEA Executive Director Faith Barol told media in Australia that in those two crises, the world lost about 5 million barrels per day, while as of today, the world has lost 11 million barrels per day in the current conflict with Iran, more than the prior 2 major oil shocks put together. Barol says because of that, the global economy is under major threat, and no country will be immune. The IEA says at least 40 energy assets, including oil fields, refineries, pipelines, and gas facilities, have been severely or very severely damaged across 9 countries in the conflict.
One major fear is the war could knock out oil and gas production in the Middle East, which would mean high prices could last a while and cause inflation to rip higher around the world. It's 4:36.
Puccini's Madama Butterfly returns to Lyric Opera of Chicago, March 14th through April 12th. Experience the beauty and tragedy of this heartbreaking story and unforgettable music. Madama Butterfly. Tickets at lyricopera.org.
Turn your tax refund into a new
Empty
kitchen
streets,
with Menards.
crime on the
Make
news,
this the year
and
you
whack
check your
jobs
project
crossing
off the
across.
list. Renovate your space with
Moving
new cabinets
track.
from Cardell. They're ready to install and come in a variety of styles and finishes with free shipping to your home. Visit our kitchen showrooms in store or go to Menards.com for free estimates today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for
4:31
all
p.m.
of our hot deals going
March
on now.
23rd, 2026, northbound State Street.
Compassion is more than just care. It's commitment. At UI Health, your story guides us, shapes us, and inspires us. And we're with you every step of the way. Whether it's your stroke emergency, your cancer journey, or your transplant victory. At UI Health, our care heals, our care saves, and our care triumphs. Find expert care for your journey at uihealth.care.
Now, the lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Sponsored by PackyWeb4.com. Bonus cash is flying at PackyWeb4. Get $3,000 to $3,500 bonus cash on most new Bronco and Bronco Sport models. In Grace Lake, the Shell on Route 45 and Gages Lake has gas for $3.89 a gallon. In Whiting, the Clark on Calumet and 119th has gas for $3.93. 438, traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Neil.
Northwest Indiana, some brake lights now starting to pile up on 8094 eastbound from the Ford to before Calumet with a crash blocking at least a lane, it looks like. You have delays on the toll road that continue in spots between Clyde Avenue and Gary and Broadway. That is a lane shift in place until Thursday night. Looking at the expressways on the Edens coming inbound, 25 minutes, no delays up on your 15 to Lake Cook Road. Travel time on the Kennedy out 38, 47 in from O'Hare. On the Eisenhower outbound 32 to the Manheim Road exit, 55 if you're headed out to I-90. Coming in from the Jane Addams to the Jane Byrne in hour 2, 37 in from Manheim. On the Stevenson outbound, just 22 to Cicero Avenue, 35 to the Tri-State, and 50 to 355. 40 minutes in for the Veterans Tollway to the Lakefront. The Dan Ryan 30 out, 15 in, 57 going out, 18. A 30-minute ride on the outbound Ford. You have delays past the Dan Ryan to Dalton Avenue. Some of the road there in some pretty poor condition, and that's why ongoing construction in that area and some long-term road work, I should say, starting up here tonight into tomorrow, and we'll go throughout the end of the year. We will remind you about that tomorrow. DeSable Lakeshore Drive delays, but nothing out of the ordinary. Same with the tollways. From the Metro Traffic Center, your next report's at 4:48 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
WBBM AccuWeather. We'll see some clouds move in for tonight. We'll have a low close to 30 degrees. So we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine for tomorrow. Not as chilly as today, a high of 52. Mostly cloudy tomorrow night, a low around 40, and then turning warmer Wednesday with clouds and some sunshine, a high up to 67. 41 degrees at O'Hare right now, 40 at Midway, 44 in Westmont, 37 at the Lakefront, going down to 30 late tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Stocks start the week big in the green. It is 4:40. A shooting in South Shore that left 3 men wounded yesterday is now a double homicide.
The victims were standing in a driveway near 69th and South Shore Drive around 5:30 p.m. when a gunman opened fire. A 26-year-old man was shot in the chest. Another man was shot in the neck. Both of them died at the University of Chicago Medical Center. A third victim, who was shot in the arm, is expected to survive. Investigators say a rifle and 2 handguns were recovered at the scene and that no one is in custody. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The world's largest car maker is investing in U.S. plants. Toyota has outlined plans to invest $1 billion at its plants in 2 states. The Toyota factory in Georgetown, Kentucky will receive $800 million to boost production of the RAV4 SUV and the Camry sedan, as well as to make a new electric vehicle. The Princeton, Indiana factory is set to get an additional $200 million to increase capacity for its Grand Highlander SUV. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News. And the Bold and the Beautiful fans are about to get the ultimate binge. 37 complete seasons consisting of more than 9,000 episodes all in one place. Variety reports that the daytime producer, Bell Phillip TV Productions, is set to launch a new streaming app, BBTV, featuring the series' entire library. BBTV launches today on The Bold and the Beautiful's 39th anniversary and marks the first time the CBS soap opera series can be found in its entirety. 442 top trending stories and sports coming up next.
Work and oh man, they might put on all those soap operas on again, huh? That might be some fun watching. Those soap operas are pretty wild. The Guiding Light, One Life to Live. Anybody remembers that? So it's good that we heard that the news came up with the double murder, right? I mean, it's not good, but at least they're not covering it up, right?
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning.
You can't cover up
Most
something like that.
Only manage your...
Kind of get it?
Everyone stays
maybe
aligned.
we'll listen to some
Trajan,
radio
we
calls,
built something
right?
different.
That way I don't have to talk so much, because if I
planning
talk
and
too much,
estate planning
sometimes I
are
say
handled
silly
together
things, right?
Inside one firm, under
Let's
one
see if
roof.
Tom's around
There's no
here.
guessing whether your CPA,
Yeah, they're
advisor,
starting to
and
sell
estate
drugs
attorney
again in
are truly
downtown
sync,
for some reason.
because our team works together.
Weather's
every day
breaking, I
on
don't
your
know why.
behalf.
See that? There's
When
somebody
your
standing
financial
there,
life
right?
becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated.
I'm gonna put on the radio
not
calls.
more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 630-230-7400.
We'll go, it's 4:43. We'll go to, say, 4 o'clock. We'll see what's going on.
4754, good
Blue Line platform. All right, that is 08618. 7386 Adam. 86 Adam. Hold on, still red line, please. Yep, that is 08624. 7386. 786. Clark and Lake lower, please. Clark and Lake lower. Record about 8 for 1.
That's right here, Clark and Lake.
08629. Transfer 86 Adam. 786 Adam. Sub numbers for red light station check at Roosevelt. Yep, that is 08634. 738. Yeah, coming in. You got cut off. Go ahead. 7383 George. 79 George. Event number for a bus check. Roosevelt. Westbound from Holman. All right. That is 08652.
You're in downtown Chicago.
Red line 97. Yep, that is 08658. 736 Charlie. 736 Charlie. You want for the blue line, Sergeant 8. That is 08662. Can you repeat? 08662. 08662. 7373. 7373, good afternoon. How about 69 right? Right, that is 08679. 7397 Charlie. 97 Charlie. Can we get one for Grand Red, please? Grand Red, 10-4. 7383 Henry. 73 Henry. Bus number 8046, 76 International, going northbound. That number.
What do you think they're doing there? What do you think those guys are doing, huh?
7.
Moose Lodge meeting? I think that's a Moose Lodge meeting. What do you think? What do you guys think? That's a Moose Lodge meeting, right? Moose Lodge? Or what? The Elks? Or maybe Kiwanis? Oh, and then you have a young guy in nice clothes next to all of those guys.
And then for the EMS, it's going to be 085.
What do you think they're doing?
085 46.
What do you think those guys are doing in front of you, huh?
738 Adam. 738 Adam. Platform check. Blue line, Racing. Check, that is 08724. 7383 George. 78 George. Event number for a bus check of Roosevelt route going eastbound from Independence. Check, that is 08735. 7879. Event number Justice Park, check, that is 08745.
What do you think they were doing, huh? What do you think they were doing? You got a guess or what?
738 Charlie. Train came, train 3340. There's a person, CFD rendering 810. Oh, okay. I'll put you back on it. Temper.
CTA overdose.
709, Michigan City, West Virginia, person with the gun, 841 West 50th place. Callers in front, caller reporting a male, Lavelle Wise, has a gun, just strangled her while at the above location. She's waiting outside right now. The male is inside, nothing further. Zone 13 is clear. 7383 Henry. 73 Henry. Post number 8124, northbound on National from 55th.
What do you think's happening?
Okay, that is 08.
Blur video. videos. Why? I ain't blurring no video. It's a public street. Don't do illegal shit on a public street. I don't need to blur nothing, man. I don't need to blur. This is a public street. Be doing something, don't be doing it on a public street. I don't care. It's a public street. We live in America, the First Amendment. Don't do stuff in public. That's the rule. That's why we have the First Amendment.
08837.
So that there people don't do cover-up king bullshit, right?
Battery in progress, 61 in Indiana, 61st in Indiana. Male and female are fighting at the location. Offender name is Quincy.
Your camera is blurry. Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, then I'll keep moving. Maybe we'll get to a better thing. Sorry about it, Ms. Zedor. Oh, let's keep moving.
08854.
We'll get out of here, maybe, right? Bad signal in downtown, huh?
Alright, units in 3 and citywide. Person with a gun, 1962 East 71st Street. That's 1962 East 71st Street, apartment 410. Male black with dreads had a gun. Female tenant with 2 males came out to their old apartment, still coming in.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
The follow District 3 Zone 7. PH3 citywide. PH3, good afternoon. We're up. Can I please get a number for the suspect? Alright, you got it. That is 08892. 08892. That's more, thank you.
Yeah, look at that. You got people walking around with sheets. Look at that. Look at that. You got people walking around looking for drugs. He's looking for drugs, that guy right there. See that there?
Yeah, that is
Look at him.
08898.
Look at this. You got tourists and workers, and you got a dude in sheets looking for drugs. Look at that guy right there. They sell drugs out of the 7-Eleven there. See that there? That's what you got downtown. There you go, man.
For Northwestern Police asking for assistance with an arrest conducted.
Thanks.
Putting himself, named Joshua Bennett, fires the route. Nothing further is on board.
Appreciate it, everybody.
What? 7387, boy? 834. Red line, 39th Street, upper level check. Yes, you got it. That is 08912.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to a spot here and see if it's good over here, right? I get out of this railroad area here, right? I still don't know why our signals are bad in the middle of downtown, but it is what it is. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ms. Zedor. I thought you meant blur their faces. Yeah, I ain't doing that, so.
Yep, that's 08930. 7363. 73863. Yes, got to pick up for Roosevelt on the red. Okay, that is 08951.
Is that better? Yeah, I don't blur people's faces. Thanks, Ms. Zedor.
You walk out, vehicle 8112, being used by 6407 David. Sure. Try it now.
7383 Henry.
793 Henry.
Post number 875, northbound from 46th and Ashland. Event number 6.
Okay, that one is 08964. 386 David. 86 David. Chicago red line, please. Yeah, that is 089.
I got some good pallets there.
136 Charlie. 86 Charlie. You want for the blue line, parking lake? Yeah, that is 09015.
7386 Adam.
86 Adam.
Get a number for Roosevelt red line, please.
Yeah, that is
1387 Charlie.
87 Charlie.
One for Blue Line O'Hare, please.
Yep, that is 09076.
Marine 3.
Marine 3, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Can I get two? One for the main and one for Chicago West?
You got it. Main branch is 09102, 09102, and the locks are 09103. 09103.
7372.
73872. Good afternoon, sir.
There's nobody. Number for 87 in the red.
Absolutely. That is 09125.
386 David.
86
Chicago Red Line, please.
Yep, that's 09129.
ISP on City Y1.
ISP, go ahead.
They're out here at this 7-Eleven selling drugs.
Request number, see if you guys can get some people over there.
82nd and Ashland, we got you.
Selling drugs here. We got to go see if they're towing cars. How about that?
2 and Ashland, 82nd and
You guys want to see some predatory towing today? Let's go see some predatory towing. While we listen to the radio and some news. How about that? We'll take a little break today, right? Since it's a Monday, right? I got a big... Here, you guys want to see what I got? That's coffee. That's a lot of coffee there. I'm going to drink that.
Again, that's a disregard for 82 in Ashland. They have the person detained.
All right, person is detained. 2 and Ashland, person is detained.
7386 Point.
786, boy.
Your number for the one station at Jackson.
Yeah, 10 for it. That is 09184. And then, I'm sorry, I had another unit coming in. Go right ahead. All right, again, one more time. 82 in Ashland. They're actually going to be close to 81st. The subject is detained. ISP's okay over there. They're giving it disregard.
7383 Henry.
Let's go look at some predatory towing, huh? For a Monday. We're going to take a break on a Monday. We're just going to do a little bit of corruption stuff. I hear you relax. I heard it was jumpy right there, right? Let's go relax.
3215. Northbound
There you
in
go.
Chicago in the far right lane, there's a disabled vehicle. Caller is a patch plate, though no description given.
7388 Street Frank.
78 Frank.
79th Street bus number 1294 westbound from Michigan.
Okay, that is 09242.
7383 boy.
783 boy.
Give me the number for setting up.
I got going back of me here. I got to turn around.
Okay, that is 09250.
7372.
7372.
Number 79 in the red.
Yep, that is 09285.
7388 Adam.
88 Adam.
For train ride eastbound from Illinois Medical District.
Okay, that is 09289.
It's cold out all of a sudden again, huh?
7383 Henry.
Blah, blah.
7300.
Okay, shows going from field 35th and iron. To get at a red number.
Is that better, the picture?
09212.
Mizidor, how's the picture and sound now? Is it better?
3212.
I got cops all over here, man.
3212.
See that? Crime is down, man, but they got cops right there. How come crime is down? They got cops everywhere, man. That's weird.
09337.
Weird.
3212.
Well,
getting a crash northbound at 57. 2 vehicles with injuries. Fires rolling.
northbound or southbound? Northbound. All right, also a quick update from the 10-1 we had earlier at 82 in Ashland. Be advised, they have one detained, but the offender who was driving the vehicle was able to take off. It's going to be a black BMW, Frank David 80285. Frank David 80285. Unknown direction of travel from 82 in Ashland. ISP has the keys for it, so he may not have made it very far. Wanted for fleeing and looting, and possibly stolen from Michigan.
There you go. Driving stolen Michigan cars, attacking police, and driving away. There you go, man. All right, we're going to watch some predatory towing here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to park right in and watch how many cars they tow.
Maybe Frank? What am I doing to Frank?
Frank, can I get a number for 79 spots east on 1231 from Princeton?
How's the fiction out?
Right.
Is it beautiful? Thank you. There, and then we're going to get some sunset there. How about that? So let's get that radio caller. That was an interesting radio. Oh, 5 o'clock news. 5 o'clock news. This is 5 o'clock news.
This is Tom Hansen has more from LaGuardia.
The 2 black boxes from this plane have been recovered. That's going to tell us a lot of important information about communication within the cockpit, from the pilots to the air traffic controllers, and of course the velocity of that plane, which we believe to be about 100 miles an hour.
ICE officers go to over a dozen airports at President Trump's direction, while long wait times at airports persist due to the partial government shutdown. Orders are Tom Homan.
We have a different mission, but ERO is the vast majority of people at the airports. We got 14 right now, and there will be more.
A suburban Detroit group is trying to do something to ease the financial burden on TSA workers at Detroit Metro Airport, who've gone a month now with no paycheck. WWJ's Pat Vitale reports.
It started with putting together Easter baskets for families stuck in the middle of the stalemate in Washington. Ann Walsh, who founded Downriver for Veterans nearly a decade ago, thought, let's do something more.
They didn't ask for this. They have children. They're hungry. They're going to lose their homes. If we can't do anything but give them food and toiletries, that's a little bit of something.
Walsh says after putting information on social media over the weekend, she started getting calls from people needing help with the basics. Food, essentials, diapers. She's hoping others will help.
A California civil jury finds Bill Cosby liable for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in 1972, awarding Donna Motzinger $19.2 million. Cosby's lawyers called the claim speculation and say they plan to appeal. President Trump pushes back for 5 days his deadline for Iran to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz or face strikes on Iranian power plants. The president says he was extending the deadline because of constructive conversations with Iran. But as CBS's Chris Livesay in Dubai reports,
Iran has denied it entirely, saying that it has no contact with the Trump administration. And meanwhile, what we do know for sure is that the Strait of Hormuz, which is what sparked this escalation to begin with, remains effectively closed.
The Supreme Court has rejected an appeal by Texas online journalist Priscilla Villarreal, who says she was wrongly arrested. A divided federal appeals court ruling had found Villarreal could not sue police and other officials over her arrest for seeking and obtaining non-public information from police. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for
beautiful sunshine. I'm closing my window.
On CBS Sunday morning.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station.
Oh, we're listening to the
Radio 105.9 and WB.
We're gonna listen to local news now, right?
It is 5:03, Monday, the 23rd day of March. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us and tuning in. Today, I'm Lisa Fielding. We have sunny skies across the board. Chilly, though. 40 degrees in O'Hare, only 35 lakefront. Warming up, though, for the next couple of days. Kind of a roller coaster of temperatures through the week. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast, all the details coming up for you at 5:15. But first at 5, a 27-year-old man will remain in custody after a hearing today related to the murder of a Chicago firefighter. Prosecutors say Sheaves Slate lit a mattress on fire last week inside a Rogers Park building where he was known to be a squatter. That fire claimed the life of 32-year-old Michael Altman, a father and fourth-generation firefighter who died after falling through the first floor of the building. Slate is due in court again on April 8th. Meantime, another hearing that was scheduled for today postponed. The Venezuelan migrant accused of shooting a Loyola student, shooting and killing her at a Rogers Park beach, did not appear in court because he's in the hospital for tuberculosis. Meantime, ICE agents haven't been seen in the Chicago area lately, but now they've been deployed to airports across the country, including at O'Hare. WBBM's Nancy Hardy says the immigration agents are getting mixed reactions from passengers.
This man was befuddled by the ICE agents he saw after landing from Toronto.
Doesn't the airport have its own security and Chicago police force throughout here, right? So what's the point of them being here if they're not, right? Everybody coming off the plane has been either via passport or face scan, thumbprint, I mean, you name it, right? So I'm not exactly sure why they're here.
Douglas Vidaris of Rockford welcomed agents in the airport crowded with people traveling for spring break.
As long as you're no harm, no foul, you're not doing anything wrong, everything goes smooth. Leave them to do their job. They will leave you to do your business.
Mayor Johnson says he's concerned about the 75 agents sent here to work in a non-screening capacity. The mayor says there are no plans as of now for DHS to send any to Midway, and his office will monitor the situation to make sure people, regardless of immigration status, can travel through Chicago without harassment, he says, from the federal government. At O'Hare, Nancy Hardy, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
A suburban teen with autism is in limbo after a visit with immigration authorities in Chicago that was delayed in part because of the decision to send ICE personnel to O'Hare. The 14-year-old boy, known as Steven, is seeking asylum from Venezuela with his father. Both were detained for weeks in Texas before being released to live with Steven's mother in Glen Ellen. Chicago Democratic Congresswoman Delia Ramirez joined the family for his latest hearing and says Steven is struggling to return to normal.
He kept saying, how do you know they're not going to take me? How do you know they're not going to take me? His father kept saying, it's the plan of God. Trust God. And I said to the officer, I know that you have to wrap up forms. I have to tell him he's going home. He's about to have a panic attack. He said, tell him he's going home today.
Steven and his father have a new check-in set for next month. New rules from the Trump administration have sparked a new round of lawsuits from Illinois and other states. It focuses this time on funding from everything from school lunch programs to food assistance for millions of Illinoisans that could be cut off.
This is the 61st week of President Trump's second term, and Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul says in those 61 weeks, he's now joined or filed 57 lawsuits challenging policies and actions of the administration.
This latest action is personal to Illinoisans.
It fights the Agriculture Department's new requirement that states receiving federal assistance for everything from the SNAP food benefits program to school lunch subsidies certify that the money's not being used on undocumented immigrants or to, this is a quote, promote gender ideology. Raoul calls the requirements vague and unconstitutional.
The USDA and the Trump administration are again attempting to coerce and bully states into complying with their unlawful policies, all at the expense of our community's well-being.
The USDA says it does not comment on pending litigation. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059. WBBM.
In health news, there are new concerns about boys in Indiana.
The Sagamore Institute, an Indiana think tank, has issued a report which warns that young males in Indiana are not doing well. Specifically, the research says around ages 15 to 16, many boys begin spending significant time with social media and are increasingly exposed to unhealthy content, including sports betting, pornography, and divisive political material. Teresa Lumbers is president of the Sagamore Institute.
Nearly 80% of the suicides in this country are boys and men. Obviously, there's a strong relationship between the lack of male figures in their lives, mentors, fathers, and families.
The Sagamore Institute says many boys also lose interactions with positive role models because they stop playing sports, in part due to the rise of costly travel leagues and the loss of school and neighborhood sports. Terry Keschner, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
5:08 now. Time for traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here's Neil Fiorito.
All right, we'll start on DuSable Lakeshore Drive this time around. You're starting to back up northbound before 57 Drive. It looks like we have a crash there. Once you get past here, you get heavy again from Navy Pier to Chicago Avenue. Brake lights on the southbound side of the drive from the Oak Street curve down to Chicago Avenue. A tough drive to Grant Park and approaching 57th. Looking at the tollways on the Jane Addams eastbound, a backup before Route 53. Sounds like we have a broken up couch in the roadway, blocking the right lane. Watch for that again on I-90 eastbound before you get to Route 53. Scoot over to the left. Avoid this broken up couch on the right side there, the right lane again, before Route 53. The other tollways, the Tri-State, a heavy delay southbound from the Bensonville Bridge to Ogden, and then past the mile-long bridge to 95th. You're heavy. I-80 to Halstead, a delay as well. The Ronald Reagan tollway eastbound slow from 53 to 355 in York State. Westbound 88 traffic looks good. The Veterans Tollway southbound slowing from Roosevelt to Maple. No northbound traffic on 355. You're in good shape there. On Route 53 in the northwest suburbs, a roadwork delay northbound from the Jane Addams to Kirk.
All right, also a quick update from that 10-1 we had earlier at 82 in Ashland. Be advised, they have one detained, but the offender who was driving the vehicle was able to take off. It's going to be a black BMW, Frank David 80285. Frank David 80285.
10-1, 82nd and National. One in custody, one got away.
May not have made it very far. Wanted for fleeing and looting and possibly stolen from Michigan.
Northbound or southbound?
Northbound. All right, also a quick update from that 10-1 we had earlier at 82 in Ashland. Be advised, they have one detained, but the offender who was driving the vehicle was able to take off. It's going to be a black BMW, Frank David 80285. Frank David 80285. All right, also a quick update from that 10-1 we had earlier at 82 in Ashland. Be advised, they have one detained, but the offender who was driving the vehicle was able to take off. It's going to be a black BMW, Frank David 80285. Frank David 80285. Unknown direction of travel from 82 in Ashland. ISP has the keys for it, so he may not have made it very far. Wanted for fleeing and looting and possibly stolen from Michigan. So it is not yet entered as such. Another friend.
7383.
There you go. Stolen car, right?
Charlie.
How do you get away, right?
Or maybe Frank? Come on, 732 Frank.
Frank, can I get a number for 79 spots eastbound 1231 from Princeton?
All right, that is 09388.
737 Charlie.
787 Charlie.
14 O'Hare Boulevard, please.
In a stolen BMW from Michigan.
Yep, that's 09393.
7386 David.
786 David.
Hello, red line, please.
Yep, that's 09411.
Chicago Point Bar Radio is at 1700 hours on 23rd day of March 2026. Chicago Point Bar Radio is cleared.
7383 George.
780 George.
Event number for a bus check, Roosevelt route, westbound from Keeler.
Check, that is 09420.
7386 Adam.
786 Adam.
For Roosevelt Red Line.
Yep, that is 09426.
386 Charlie.
786 Charlie.
Then you go on for the blue line, Clark and Lake.
That's 09430.
7373.
7373.
Stand red, please.
Yep, that's 09437.
96 90. City Red 1.
9690, go ahead.
Yeah, I just, someone hit me on the Dan Ryan at 79th and the Ryan. I'm over on the shoulder. Is there a way you can get a zone supervisor out here just to start taking control of the scenes? Everyone's fine, no ambulance. We're off on the shoulder.
All right, 10-4. You are outbound on the Ryan at 79th?
is black Ford Fusion.
The other car, do you have a description on that one?
Yeah, give me 1 second. It's a black Honda Accord, and I'll give you a license plate.
All right, with it.
Frank Sam 38929.
All right, 10-4. We'll get them all for you, sir.
Thank you much.
Nope.
372.
7372.
Number 69 red.
Yep, that's 09477. 3215.
Can I get a reload? I'm over here northbound, just north of Chicago Avenue from Black Mercedes.
Black Mercedes, yep, get rolling. Hey, if anyone's in the area of the Cicero Blue Line at Cicero, project well-being. This is going to be a missing 18-year-old female who was reported already. I guess they had put up some flyers saying that she was missing, and someone just called them saying that the missing is at the Cicero Blue Line. She is going to be 5'3", 160, black over brown. Last seen wearing a black headscarf, black dress, black pants, pink sneakers, and she does suffer from schizophrenia. Apparently she is off her meds at the moment, though.
7388 Adam.
7388 Adam.
Number proficient at Cicero Avenue, Blue Line, please.
Yeah, 10-4. Your trip mission will be 09535, and then would you mind looking out for that missing? I don't have anything further, and the family was not on scene or coming to the scene. Just let me know if you spot her.
Repeat that spot one more time.
Yeah, so Cicero Blue Line, the family called saying that their 18-year-old schizophrenic missing daughter was seen at the Blue Line at Cicero by a third party that they didn't know. She's 18 years of age, female 1, 5'3", 160, black over brown, last seen wearing a black headscarf, black dress, black pants. 3215.
Can I get a reload? I'm over here northbound, just north of Chicago Avenue from Black Mercedes.
Black Mercedes, yep, get rolling.
That's right here, right?
Yeah, if anyone's in the area of the Cicero Blue Line at Cicero, project well-being. This is going to be a missing
7388 Adam.
7388 Adam.
Number proficient at Cicero Avenue, Blue Line, please.
Yeah, 10-4. Your trip mission will be 09535, and then would you mind looking out for that missing? I don't have anything further, and the family was not on scene or coming to the scene. Just let me know if you spot her.
Repeat that spot one more time.
Yeah, so Cicero Blue Line, the family called saying that their 18-year-old schizophrenic missing daughter was seen at the Blue Line at Cicero by a third party that they didn't know. She's 18 years of age, female 1, 5'3", 160, black over brown, last seen wearing a black headscarf, black dress, black pants, and pink sneakers. She does have schizophrenia and is off her meds. Let me know if you spot her.
All right, we'll take a look.
Thank you.
7387.
87.
Yes, sir. Can I have a number for a trip mission? We're going to be at Logan Square.
All right, that one's going to give you 09544.
Hey there.
Innocent Celeste West, person with a gun, 3857 South King Drive, 3857 South King Drive. Class 8 male black was being stopped for theft and pulled a gun and lost prevention. He fled on foot, dashing headed westbound and Pershing. He's wearing a white multicolored design coat with jeans. No further information.
7386.
765.
The number is check the blue line, please.
Yep, that's 09577.
7383 bus number 8928 eastbound from Vincent.
Okay, that is 09582. 7383 George. 783 George. Event number for bus route Roosevelt for Nissan from Copper. Bus 8517. Okay, that is 095.
I don't know how the reception's going to be down there, so
387 Charlie.
might get worse. We'll see.
For Blue Line out here, please.
Yep, that's 09590.
7383 Charlie.
83 Charlie. Yep, that's 09593.
738. Of course, you mentioned that but it is not our missing person, so you can make that the next one.
Excellent, thank you for checking. Your event number for that 09510. Start over 09510. 09510.
Fast for units 25 City Wagon, that's in progress, 4933 West North. At the 5 below, Elizabeth is calling about a male and female black. They stole from the store and are currently at the BMO Bank. They are repeat offenders. The female is a female black carrying a Burlington bag. She's wearing a hat with a pom-pom on it. Comfy boots. The male is
stealing, right?
Carrying a white blueprinted bag. He's wearing a black jacket with a box. That's how we have a further.
There you go. Stealing from the 5 below, right?
9690.
9690.
Yeah, as I'm waiting for the district supervisor, will state roll on a PD only accident?
They will. They are en route. We contacted them. And then you do have 620 Adam en route from about 76 in Michigan, so we should be there pretty soon.
5:21 p.m. It's March 23rd, I'm pretty sure. As you see, there you go. Got a whole bunch of tents here. Not too much has changed, right? We've been coming down here how long and how often? There you go. It's still down there. They're still down there. I gotta watch out. Some of these guys don't like me, man. There you go, man. There you go, right? There you go, right? That was a white guy there. It looked like a Mando, man. Like a Venezuelan right there. Well, there's a lot of people walking around down here, man. Like a lot. We're going to go to Grand Avenue. Let's go see what they're doing at Grand Avenue. How about that? We haven't been there for a while.
09663.
7386 Frank.
78 Frank.
And bus westbound 8159 from Emma.
09.
Nothing's changed in 3 years down here. The mayor's done nothing to help these guys out. 5:20 p.m., March 23rd, 2026.
Yep. 09670. 7388 Charlie. 88 Charlie. Phone number for office. Yeah, 09674. 7386 Charlie. 86 Charlie. One for the Blue Line, Clark and Lake. 09678. M3. M3. Tell you one for the Amtrak Bridge. Yep, it's 09682. 09682.
We're caught up on our radio calls. There we go, man. We're doing good today, huh? We'll go check out over here, see what they're doing in this area over here, right? to listen to the 5:30 news then next, right? But you see, nothing too much has changed with the drugs and the homelessness, right? I don't know which one comes first, the drugs or the homelessness. I guess we'd have to survey the people out there, but it looks like it's a drug problem out here rather than a homeless problem. So that's just the way it goes. And the people that say it's not a problem, or why am I bothering Brandon and John? I get a bunch, right? They're the ones that are making the money off of that stuff. They're the social workers and the people that are in the NGOs and whatever that, right?
09697.
And you see it, you just seen it right in front of you, right? I'm not making that stuff up. I just drove there, I had my camera on, and you've seen it. You've seen drug dealing at Jewel, right? You've seen drug dealing happening at the McDonald's. Now you just seen drug dealing happening down there. It's everywhere, right? It's an open air drug. Our city has become, oh man, there we go. That's probably an overdose right there, man. Right there. We just were talking about this, right? Overdose right there. Right there, man. There you go, man. Ambulance 42, let's get on the Citizen app and they'll tell us. Ambulance 42 over here, Grand Red Line, right? It's most like an overdose, right? Right there. As we're pulling up, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting. Ambulance 42 over here at the Grand Red Line, State and Grand. It's usually overdoses here. They sell lots of drugs in this area here. We have Ambulance 42 just taking off. Right? And it's usually a lot of overdoses in this area right here.
600 north in the northbound streets and sands truck was involved in an accident. No injuries. What? Call themselves. North in the northbound streets and sands truck was just involved in an accident. No injuries. What? Call themselves.
600 North what? Lakeshore Drive?
73 even. Chicago Red Line, please.
The ambulance is behind me now for some reason. What's going on? The ambulance just pulled up behind me. See that there? The ambulance just pulled up behind me.
216 North Waters for lunch. I'll let you know when we get there. Sounds good. 09726.
Let me show you guys on the live feed. I got the ambulance just pulled up behind me. I don't know what's going on here. See that there? That's the same ambulance, 42. Strange. There's the guys. They're walking over here. Let's see if they go down into the subway station. They're looking for somebody or doing something. You see that there? It's ambulance 42. Something's going around the corner, it looks like. I told you this is a bad spot, right? That's why I came here. Told you. Want to go around the corner and see what's going on? And maybe we'll see that. They went around the corner there, so we're going to see, right?
73-300.
So a lot of migrants around here, too, right?
Post number 8110. Southbound from 43rd National. That number, please.
Okay, that one is 0974.
Oh, they're right here. I don't know what they're doing here. The Uber Grill or Weber Grill or Uber Grill? I don't know what they're doing here. Somebody choking on some food or something? Oh, what's going on here, man? It's wild here. Those are migrants over there. They hang out over there. There's a whole bunch of them that hang out right there doing the Uber Eats or the DoorDash over there. Ain't too many today. All right, let's go see 600 North Michigan Avenue. Wasn't that there was a truck or something crashed? Was that what that was?
7386 David.
3216.
3216.
You head over to 600 North in the northbound Streets and Sands truck, which was involved in an accident. No injuries. What? 99.
Let's go.
Hold themselves.
7386 David.
86 there?
Chicago Red Line, please.
Yeah, 09722.
7386 Charlie.
86 Charlie.
Let's move heading to 216 North Wilders for lunch. I'll let you know when we get there.
Sounds good. 09726.
600 North, right? There's a whole bunch of them right there. Migrants are right there, man. This is 600 North. So let's just go over, right? It's 600 North, so it's Ohio and Lakeshore Drive. There's a crash, right? We're going to go see it.
Post number 8110. Southbound from 43rd National. That number, please.
People stand right in front of the hotel entrance, right in front of the doors here. So you can't even get into your hotel, but there's a guy standing right in the middle of the doorway. You can't even get into the hotel. They block your entrance into the hotel there, man. It's outrageous here, and the cops don't do shit about it. It's weird. It's like really strange. Wow, man, I didn't even notice all these. Look at all those stores closed. Look at all of that there. Shake Shack. Was that closed? No, it's 60 East Ohio. That whole section is closed there. That's messed up. A lot. I haven't even noticed all these closings around here. 532. Oh, and that's just in the local news, right? That's what we usually do at.
So security at O'Hare International Airport is reportedly causing delays and confusion for people showing up at immigration facilities for status hearings. Chaos.
We caught up with Chicago Congresswoman Delia Ramirez after she joined a Venezuelan national and his 14-year-old autistic son for a scheduled check-in, which she says was delayed more than 2 hours.
They deployed all the agents that were supposed to be administrative officers today to the airport.
Ramirez says an officer had to be sent back to the ICE office to handle the case.
They shouldn't have had a check-in at this point.
The man and his son, who's being identified as Stephen, spent weeks in a detention facility in Texas last year after entering the U.S. to seek asylum. They were eventually released to be with Stephen's mother, who lives in Glen Ellen, and this latest check-in was pushed off for a month because the family's papers are still in Texas.
He has to keep thinking about the next court date, the next court date, the next court date. These children are traumatized forever.
And she says the deployment of ICE resources to O'Hare is doing
How about our children? They're murdered.
The people in the front desk, he said, we don't know what's happening.
We're in the loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059, WBBM.
Out of New York, where flights at LaGuardia have resumed after a plane crash that killed 2 pilots and injured many passengers last night. A fire truck was responding to an emergency call from a different flight when the aircraft slammed into it shortly after landing. CBS's Tom Hansen has the latest on what happened.
What they're going to look for here is the response from the air traffic controllers. How many of them were working at the time of this incident? Was it properly staffed? Were the communications engines functioning as they should have? Did the truck driver actually hear air traffic controllers' urgent warnings when they were saying, stop, 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 don't continue?
A source tells CBS News that the collision appeared to be an accident and there was no foul play suspected at the time. Some Voice of America journalists have filed a lawsuit alleging some of their broadcasts are becoming propaganda.
Last week, a federal judge ordered hundreds of journalists back to work at Voice of America. It's been operating with a skeleton staff. This new lawsuit alleges the administration is trying to control what is reported on the few language services that remain, like those broadcasting to Iran, China, and North Korea. The government argues taxpayer funds must support broadcasting that reflects U.S. interests. The suit argues the law requires they be objective news sources.
CBS's Cami McCormick, the U.S. Agency for Global Media, which oversees the network, put out an unsigned statement that argues that because VOA is taxpayer funded, it must reflect the interests of the American people. Parts of Hawaii have been ravaged by some of the worst flooding in decades following a new round of storms over the weekend.
Several roads are washed out and entire neighborhoods are surrounded by high water.
Oh my God.
This Good Samaritan in a kayak
Come on, babies.
rescued stranded dogs caught up to their necks in water. And at Maui's Kahului Airport, it's now the wettest March on record with about 20 inches of rain. Hawaii's governor says there have been no deaths so far, but the toll is immense.
We are now beginning to contemplate the reality that this storm could cost over $1 billion of damage. Carter Evans, CBS News.
And hundreds of designers, clerks, and technicians in Maine are picketing outside one of the U.S. Navy's largest shipbuilding contractors. The Bath Marine Draftsmen's Association went on strike at General Dynamics Bath Iron Works after members voted to reject the shipyard's proposed wage offer over the weekend. Workers say they would continue picketing around the clock until they ratified a new contract that addresses members' concerns about wages, insurance coverage, and retirement income security. Coming up in a minute, we're going to check in on those low gas prices, if there are any these days, relatively low, and another look at your traffic.
We're going to an accident supposedly out here. Streets and Sand truck got into an accident, we heard. Right here, 600 North, Lakeshore Drive. We're going to see. No. See anything? No, I don't see nothing here. There's a tow truck there. Looks like that car was involved with the crash because I don't see no other crash here, right? Right there, right? We'll play the radio call. So we're here at SubX.News. It's 5:37 p.m. There's supposed to be some kind of an accident here on Lakeshore Drive. Here's the radio call. Ready? I think this is the radio call. There's supposed to be a car accident right here, right?
This is calling by the male and female black. They stole from the store and are currently by the BMO Bank. They are repeat offenders. The female is a female black carrying a Burleson bag. She's wearing a hat with a pom-pom on it.
9690.
Supposed to be an accident here. I think that's it right there.
Squad, can we get the VIN number for Howard and Red?
You got it. It is 09638.
10-4.
Unison Tennessee wagon, person with a gun, 1929.
4754.
7388 Charlie. M3. How you want? 6409 Eddie. 32
This is the radio call for this.
16. He had over 3216.
16.
He had over to 600 north in the northbound. Streets and Sands truck was just involved in an accident. No injuries.
What? 99.
Told themselves.
7386.
So that's what you're watching right there. I guess they had an accident here with a Streets and Sand truck, right? I don't know who's calling. Let's answer this call, all right? Yeah, how can I help you? How can I help you?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm looking for John.
Yeah, well, how can I help you?
Hi, John. I'm so sorry to bother you today. My name is Shayla. I was giving you a quick courtesy call over from LA Fitness. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why don't I stop by later on tonight, okay?
Okay, no worries. Just in case, you can also give us a quick call back. We can also assist you with renewing that over the phone if you would like.
I'll just go to the local store. Thank you.
Oh, of course. No worries, sir.
All right, bye-bye. I gotta start going to the local fitness club, right? So that's a car crash there, so there you go. One, they just towed that guy out of the way, man. Strange, huh? They're sitting there.
Steven.
86 there.
Chicago Red Line, please.
Yeah, 09722. All right, that one's going to give you 09544. Units in 2 citywide. Person with a gun. 3857 South King Drive. 3857 South King.
You know what's wild? When they predatory tow the cars on Randolph, they'd be gone by now. This is in the middle of an accident and they're not clearing the street. That's the tale on this one. Rush hour traffic, northbound Lakeshore Drive at Ohio. There's an accident. We've been here, I don't know how many minutes now. This guy is not towing this guy off the road. It's pretty wild. See that? That's what you're watching.
79th Street, bus number 8928, eastbound from Vincent.
Okay, that is 09582.
7383 George.
783 George.
Event number for bus route Roosevelt going eastbound from Costner. Bus 8517.
Pretty wild, ain't it?
That is 095.
Why wouldn't you clear the traffic?
7387 Charlie.
787 George.
One for Blue Line O'Hare, please.
Yep, that's 09590.
7383 Charlie.
83 Charlie.
Red Line 65.
Yep, that's 09593.
7388F.
788F.
There's a course, you're answering that, but it is not our missing person, so you can make that 19 Adam.
Excellent. Thank you for checking.
I think the tow truck was in the accident with the other car is what it looks like. Wait, I'm just getting this now. Why isn't the tow truck towing the car? Because the tow truck was in the accident. That's why. That's what you're watching. You're watching the dysfunction of the city government. It's rush hour traffic, 5:44 p.m., northbound Lakeshore Drive, one of the busiest sections in the city. People are trying to get home, and you got a tow truck driver from the city that somehow got in an accident, right? And he's just staying right there in the middle of the road. That's what you're watching. You're watching that. And that's what's on TV right now. There you go. I just figured it out. I'm like, why ain't he towing that person away? Because why? Because he's the guy that's in the accident.
En route from about 76 in Michigan, so we shifted the precinct.
What was that?
99, thank you, Mike.
534 units of 25 City Wagon, that's in progress, 4933 West North. At the 5 below, Elizabeth is calling about a male and female black. They stole from the store and are currently at the BMO Bank. They are repeat offenders. The female is a female black carrying a Burlington bag. She's wearing a hat with a pom-pom on it. Comfy boots. The male is the male black carrying a white and blue printed bag. He's wearing a black jacket with locks. That's how we have no further info.
9690.
9690.
Yeah, as I'm waiting for the district supervisor, will state roll on a PD only accident?
They will. They are en route. We contacted them. And then you do have 620 Adam en route from about 76 in Michigan, so I shifted the precinct.
99, thank you much.
You guys.
That's what you're watching.
75-3.
75-3. Good afternoon, guys.
Squad, can we get the VIN number for Howard and Red?
You got it. That is 09638.
Nice. Get board.
Units in Tennessee Wagon, in person with a gun, 1929 Spalding in the parking lot. Call says some kids broke her apartment window and fled to another building. She went to confront the father of the children. He pulled a gun on her. He's wearing a white shirt and black pants, 1929 Spalding, in person with a gun, 10. Zone 10 clear.
7387 David and Eddie.
87 David?
Well, we're at Logan Square platform. Can you give us a VIN number for disturbance? And then you can clear it.
All right, you got it. 09663. 09663.
7383 Frank.
78 Frank.
39 Street West, westbound 8159 from MLC.
09667.
4754.
4754.
KCTHX Western Blue Line.
Yep. 09670.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
Pretty wild, ain't it? So if you're just tuning in, you're watching a Streets and Sands Department of Transportation truck that somehow got in an accident with a car. And now we're sitting here for I don't know how long in the middle of rush hour traffic, just blocking it. And they over the radio they said there's no injuries.
Yep. 09682. 09682.
649 Eddie.
649 Eddie.
Put that person on the call on the inbox, please.
Yeah, 10 4, I got you.
Yeah. 39th Street, red line, number, check.
Yeah, 10 4. 09697. 3260.
3216.
They're just hanging around. Look at that.
North, in the northbound.
That's this.
Man's truck was just involved in an accident. No injuries.
What? 99.
Told themselves.
73.
That's that call right there, right?
Chicago red line, please.
the truck that was responding at 3215 job.
You know what? They didn't tell us. I'm not sure. It was bus service bus. Street and Sand truck number 12484. If you see the number on it.
No, it's a different truck.
All right, Temper. All right, get a call for battery progress. Pulaski and the Green Line to Pulaski. This is going to be the last rail car on the westbound train. 2 male blacks, 2 female blacks are throwing things and harassing people. Partial descriptions say both males wearing all black, one female's wearing black, and the other one has red braids. Nothing further. Do I have a traffic sergeant on the air today?
3260.
8060. Can I code out an info ticket on Lakeshore Drive for someone who was complaining that another party had a bent license plate?
Pretty serious, but 99.
Thank you.
7263.
7353.
Can I get another number for Howard and Loren?
Yep, that is 09923.
138 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
I get numbers for Lawrence Wilson.
That is 099.
They cleared this one. There you go, right?
25 citywide. We're going to pick up a person stabbed at Black House Park. 2318 North on Laverne. Caller says he was stabbed in the left rib. He's walking to Black House Park. Currently in details to follow. That's all we have for now. Don't close.
There you go.
9690.
There you go. Person stabbed, Black Hawk Park, right?
You clear me from the scene. It's going to go into my unit and push to me for.
All right, 10-4, sir.
Thank you much.
Of course.
3336.
3336.
Can you hold me down at United Center so I can get the bundle, please?
You got it. 08905. 08905.
City Troll truck got into an accident here on Lakeshore Drive. And what did they say? They said there was a stabbing, right? That would just happen, right?
138 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
I get numbers for Lawrence Wilson.
Black Hawk Park, right?
That is 09937.
25 citywide. We're going to pick up a person stabbed at Black House Park. 2318 North on Laverne. Caller says he was stabbed in the left
Doing
rib.
great, Trina.
He's walking to Black House Park. Currently in details.
138 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
I get numbers for Lawrence Wilson.
That is 09937.
25 citywide. We're going to pick up a person stabbed at Black House Park. 2318 North on Laverne. Caller says he was stabbed in the left rib. He's walking to Black House Park. Currently in details to follow. That's all we have for now. Don't close.
9690.
9690.
District and State Police were
Person stabbed, Black Hawk Park, 2318 North Laverne.
All right, 10-4, sir.
Thank you much.
Of course.
3336.
3336.
Can you hold me down at United Center so I can get the bundle, please?
You got it. 08905. 08905.
Black Hawk Park, Chicago.
738 Charlie.
Black Hawk Park, Chicago.
Charlie.
Put us up for lunch.
All right, 10-4.
Black Hawk Park, Chicago.
Charlie.
738 Charlie.
check red line 69.
Okay, that is 10042. 10042.
There you go. Let's get out of here, huh? I'm doing great, Trina. I hope you're doing good. It's crazy weather. Is 70 the other day and 20 today and 40 tomorrow. I don't know, man. It's wild, man. We got some wild weather in our city. That's for sure. That's for sure. A lot of guys dealing drugs in the city. And that's not going to have a good thing, man, for the summer. I mean, if they think that's innocuous waning, they ain't going to have no effect. And it's wild, man. I don't understand.
25 on the citywide. We're going to take it off a person with a gun. Barry and Luna and Barry. Male walking westbound with a gun in his waistband. Last name wearing all black with a black surgical mask. That's all we have for further in Zone 12.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I wrote, that article there. I don't know what the plan is here. Why are you allowing drug addicts and crime? And, you know, we can discuss these big philosophies and global politics, but drug dealing in open public is not a good thing. Migrants with guns is not a good thing. You kind of get where I'm going with that one? It's that we can talk about policies and ideologies and social justice treatment and traumas and all of those things, right? We can talk those things. But it has nothing to do with an illegal migrant that has a gun that shoots an American citizen. Zero. Nothing. Nothing. Why is he walking around with a gun?
786, David.
That's the bigger story there. That's the bigger story.
10067.
I get people need protection, but he's an illegal migrant walking around with a gun. If you did that, you'd be in prison walking in a park with a gun. Yeah, you would. So would I. See, that's how that works in this society, right? They're going after the regular law-abiding citizens, and then these guys are doing whatever they want, and nobody even talks about that, right? How does an illegal migrant get a gun? Where's that gun from? Who gave him the bullets, right? All of that stuff. I always like coming back here because this is where we started, right? We're going to listen to a little bit of the news right now. Take a little break, right? This is where we started our broadcast from years ago.
There are warnings today about identity theft ahead of tax day.
The income tax deadline is less than a month away. The state is warning people to be on the alert for scammers, especially tax identity theft. There are several companies that provide tax preparation services for lower income Illinoisans. The state encourages filers to go through the IRS's direct website in order to get those benefits. Also, more generally, you should keep an eye on your personal information because scammers sometimes use it to file a tax return before you do, and then they take your refund. Cisco Cotto, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
5:58. Time to check in on the roads now. Neil Fiorito.
All right, we have a lot going on. We'll start on the Stevenson inbound at Route 83. A crash in the left lane, which is why you're really heavy before Lamont Road. 52 in from 355 to DuSable Lakeshore Drive. 23 if you're coming in from the Tri-State. Heading out to 355 at 42 minutes. DuSable Lakeshore Drive on the brakes northbound from Randolph to past Chicago Avenue. Word of a crash there. A big backup on the Ford outbound from the Stony Island feeder to Dalton Avenue. Some pavement damage there. A 27-minute ride out to 8094. And we have some long-term roadwork slowing you down in the northwest suburbs on Route 53.
No, I can't get through now. See, I waited too long.
The lane is closed. On the Indiana Toll Road, expect delays through Geary. That's a lane shift in place.
Mondo's used to be here.
From the Metro Traffic Center, your next report, 608 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We're sucking out
so much. We've got sunny skies for the rest of what's left
late afternoon, early evening, 40 degrees right now. East winds now gusting at 21 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, a low near 30. Not as cold tomorrow, a high of 52. 35 lakefront, 30.
Want to see him sucking out the grease?
46 in Joliet.
Want to see how that works?
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
This is Terry Keshner. The man accused in the shooting death of a Loyola student is hospitalized with tuberculosis.
The man suspected of setting the fire that led to the death of a Chicago firefighter appears in court. Plus, the head of the NTSB says the TSA shortage has hampered the agency's investigation of the plane crash at LaGuardia because members of her team were delayed in security lines. Latest on that coming up from CBS
I'm
News.
Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Wall Street soars higher. Oil takes a tumble on hopes for an end to the war with Iran. The Dow today up 631. The NASDAQ up 299. The S&P up 75.
It is 6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Investigators start looking into the cause of a deadly runway collision at LaGuardia Airport. But NTSB Chair Jennifer Hamady says long TSA lines and other problems are holding up the arrival of the whole team.
Our air traffic control specialist, who was in line with TSA for 3 hours until we called in Houston to beg to see if we can get her through so we can get her here.
2 Air Canada pilots were killed last night and several other people were injured after the jet collided with a fire truck at LaGuardia that was responding.
There's some migrants working there, right?
Sarah Ploss.
The controller cleared them to cross runway 4 and really shortly after realized that this flight was incoming, tried to get the truck to stop. You can hear on the ATC audio the controller saying to the truck, "Stop, truck 1, stop, stop, stop."
As unpaid TSA workers call out, causing long airport security lines, CBS's Nicole Killian reports.
No talks are scheduled today between the White House and Democrats on Homeland Security funding. A source familiar with the discussions tells CBS News the White House turned down a meeting today with a group of Senate Democrats. This after a pair of bipartisan talks with border czar Tom Homan on Capitol Hill last week. Homan told reporters Monday he'll meet again with lawmakers if the president wants him to.
A suburban Detroit group is trying to do something to ease the financial burden on TSA workers at Detroit Metro Airport by providing some necessities. And Walsh is with Downriver for Veterans.
They didn't ask for this. They have children. They're hungry. They're going to lose their homes. If we can't do anything but give them food and toiletries, that's a little bit of something.
President Trump says his ultimatum for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz or face strikes on its power plants is postponed amid good and productive peace talks.
So the discussions took place yesterday. They went into yesterday evening. They want very much to make a deal. We'd like to make a deal, too.
Iran had denied there were talks. Now, a senior Iranian foreign ministry official tells CBS News exclusively that they have received points from the U.S. through mediators, and they are being reviewed. A civil jury in California finds Bill Cosby liable for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in 1972. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The woman, Donna Motzinger, was awarded more than $19 million. She filed suit in 2023, alleging Cosby invited her to a show, gave her wine and pills, and when she woke up, she was partially undressed and concluded he drugged and raped her. The verdict comes nearly 5 years after Cosby was freed from prison in a criminal case with similar allegations.
This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
My nephew texted me, "Hey, Uncle Cisco, can I store my motorcycle in your garage?" I said, "Sure," and when he parked it, the first thing out of his mouth, "Man, this garage floor really is awesome." I mean it when I say I'm so glad I called Comer and Cross, and you will be too. Warmer weather is a perfect time to get your garage floor transformed. No more pits, cracks, oil stains, no more peeling paint. If you got a bad epoxy job, that tire lift will be a thing of the past. Comer and Cross makes the process so easy. You call 800-NEW-FLOOR to schedule your free estimate, pick out your color, and then in just one day, Comer & Cross makes your garage floor look like a new car showroom. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. And all Comer & Cross installers are pros, not subcontractors. Whether you're in Chicagoland, Indiana, or the Milwaukee area, call them today, 800-NEW-FLOOR or COMER. ComerCross.com, ComerCross.com.
Plenty of concern and curiosity about something in the sky over southeastern Texas.
NASA says it was a meteorite that was seen in the sky northwest of Houston over the weekend. A piece of it crashed through Sherry James's home.
So my grandson to go see what it was. He come back and said, you have a hole in the ceiling. I'm like, what?
NASA says the 1-ton meteorite was moving at about 35,000 miles an hour when it broke up, causing audible booms like thunder that rattled some homes. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Hundreds of designers, clerks, and technicians in Maine are on strike at one of the U.S. Navy's largest shipbuilding contractors. Union members voted to reject the General Dynamics Bath Iron Works proposed wage offer over the weekend. The strike comes several weeks after a morale-boosting appearance in which Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth touted the need to boost defense manufacturing. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
6:05, Monday, the 23rd of March. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andy Dame. Right now in Chicago, clear skies, 38 degrees. Accurate with the forecast for this evening, calling for patchy clouds, a low right around 30. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine tomorrow. We start to warm up just a bit, not as chilly as the past few days. A high tomorrow of 52. Cloudy evening tomorrow night. Big warm up beginning on Wednesday. Could see some severe weather on Thursday. The details coming up in our 5-day forecast at 6:15. But first, our top local story here on News Radio WBBM. The man charged in the murder of a Loyola University student has still not made his first appearance in court because he's being treated for tuberculosis. WBBM's Terry Keshner with the story.
25-year-old Jose Medina is charged with murder in last week's shooting death of 18-year-old Loyola freshman Sheridan Gorman. He was supposed to be in court over the weekend, but was hospitalized, leading to a possible Monday hearing. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office now says Medina has tuberculosis, and so the case was continued to this Friday for a detention hearing if Medina is present. The Department of Homeland Security says Medina is a Venezuelan migrant who has been living in the U.S. illegally. Terry Keshner, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The man will remain in custody after a hearing today tied to the death of a Chicago firefighter. Prosecutors say 27-year-old Chavez Slate lit a mattress on fire last week inside of a Rogers Park building where he was known to be a squatter. The fire claimed the life of 32-year-old firefighter Michael Altman, a father and fourth-generation firefighter who died after falling to the first floor of the building. Slate is due back in court April 8th. A Woodstock man with a history of making threats is returning to prison.
Jonathan Franzen has been sentenced to 3 years after admitting to aggravated battery of a nurse in McHenry County. Authorities say the incident happened in September when the 28-year-old made inappropriate contact and lewd remarks. Franzen had previously been convicted in connection with a false bomb threat targeting Huntley High School. He'll serve roughly half his sentence with credit for time already spent in jail and will be placed on supervised release once he's out. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is joining or filed 57 lawsuits against the Trump administration since the beginning of last year. Now, the latest one deals with new rules covering billions of dollars in grants for school lunch and other food assistance programs. Raoul says the new guidance from the Agriculture Department would cut off funding for SNAP and other programs in states that do not comply with the Trump administration's bans on diversity, equity, and inclusion considerations.
They are targeting our daily food and nutrition, as well as the agricultural programs that we rely on to know we will be able to feed Americans for generations to come. This must stop.
Raoul calls the new federal guidance vague and unconstitutional. The Agriculture Department says it does not comment on pending litigation. 6:08 time now to update traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here's Susan Burkis.
We've got a crash on the outbound side of the Dan Ryan, so you're jammed between 79th and 95th Street. This crash is in the right lane, right near 95th Street, so it's costing you 20 minutes to get from the Jane Byrne interchange down to 95th Street. A couple of ongoing situations as well. Metro Union Pacific West lines trains are stopped near Berkeley. That's due to a train that has struck a vehicle on the tracks. And also in suburban Bartlett, you've got Bartlett Road closed at Stearns due to an emergency water main repair. Use Route 59. Also eastbound Stearns reduced to one lane. You can use Struckman Boulevard instead. Eden's not terrible. Inbound side, you're at 20 minutes. Inbound side of the Kennedy, 48 in from the big airport. You're particularly heavy between Cumberland and Ogden, again, past the Wintrust mural near North Avenue. 48 minutes in, 27 on in from the Eden's Junction.
Right
Outbound
there,
side, you're heavy between the Byrne Interchange and the Ohio Street.
That guy's jacked
Central
up,
Harlem,
man. You
14
wanna
to
see?
Montrose, 26 on out to O'Hare. I-190 is
They're back
okay. On
over
the
by the
Oxnard
chocolate
inbound side,
factory
you're heavy
here.
North
Check this
Avenue to
guy
the
out.
Tri-State again. Manheim to Harlem,
You wanna see?
57 minutes.
They're all over,
and
man.
from the Jane Addams, 35 in from Manheim. Outbound
That
side,
dude's jacked up, man. Watch. You want to see? They're drugged up everywhere. There's a guy walking that way to the drug spot, right?
the Jane Addams. On the Stevenson, we had an earlier...
Want to see this guy? He's all jacked up. They sell drugs around here, man.
A little bit of a delay there.
This is where they threatened to kill me, man. You want to see there? There's a zombie, man. There's a downtown zombie, man. That's what you got. Drug addicts everywhere. What's the theme for today, everybody? Drugs. Drugs, drug dealing, and drug dealers, right? It's all you've seen all day long, right? That's where the crime is instigated from, right? There you go, man. That guy's all doped up, man. There you go. Grand Avenue drug addict. There you go.
And southbound from the Metro Traffic Center. Next report at 6:18 on News Radio 105.9 WBCM.
Accurate the forecast for this evening. Patchy clouds in the area down below near 30 degrees.
Guys doped up, right?
Clouds and sunshine tomorrow. We begin to warm up just a bit. The high 52. Cloudy for tomorrow evening, a low of 39. Then clouds and sunshine Wednesday, a lot warmer, especially in the afternoon. The high close to 70 degrees. Right now in Chicago, clear skies. We're at 38 degrees at O'Hare and Midway, 34 along the lakefront. Major gains on Wall Street today. The Dow up 631 points. NASDAQ gained 299. And the S&P 500 added 74 points. It's 6.
Drug addicts and drug dealers everywhere in the city.
That's the simple but powerful purpose behind Doctors Without Borders. We treat wounded people in war zones, care for malnourished children, and
It's a white doper, right?
healthcare. We're on the ground in emergencies, from Ukraine to Afghanistan. We put patients first.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's all weird, man. Don't you see him, man? He's walking all strange.
We believe people deserve to be treated with compassion and dignity. We treat our patients completely free of charge and without regard to race, religion, or politics. Doctors Without Borders has provided free, life-saving medical care for over 50 years. And thanks to the 6 million people around the world who support our work,
He's all jacked up, man.
Borders will continue to put our patients first.
It's 6:12. Spring break adding to a busy Monday in Chicago's airports, which comes as President Trump sends ICE agents to unspecified airports, including O'Hare, to help with possible TSA shortages.
Airline workers
Dude's jacked up, walking around drugged up.
passes ready
See
to
that
meet
there?
long lines for security. Ola tells us he regularly flies out of O'Hare for work and described the line for TSA pre-check here in Terminal 1 as chaotic.
Yeah, well, I mean, I go here at the regular time I usually get to the airport. This is really crazy.
He tells us it took him only about 10 minutes to get through TSA. O'Hare is not among the airports where CBS News reports a high number of TSA agents called out over the weekend, but Midway was. At O'Hare, Nancy Hardy, News Radio
What's up?
105.9 WBBM.
No, man, it's over there, I think. You're on Grand right now. You're a little jacked up, bro. You good? You need me to call somebody for you?
I just wanted to get home.
You're all...
I need to go to the Amtrak on,
The Amtrak's, there's a Metro right behind you, man.
yeah, it's on, fuck. It goes to New Lenox and Rock Island.
That's the southbound round, man.
I know. If I could tell you where it was.
You're in the middle of downtown, man.
It's not. There's a couple of AM2 tracks, so.
Maybe you go that way, into downtown over there. You need to take a nap, brother. You're a little jacked up, bro.
I just want to go back home before my mom gets mad.
I think you got a little more trouble than that, man. Chicago Avenue, man. You're on Grand right now, so Chicago is north of here if you want, right? Chicago Avenue is that way, but that's not the way you get to your train, my brother. Take it easy, man. Be safe. There you go, man. He's going to where? What did he say? New Lenox? He's a long far from New Lenox, ain't he? That's how life goes. Hey, that guy was pretty messed up. I still gotta do my taxes.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call
that dude's
now.
right over there, right? He's walking around. He knows where he's at. He's a bullshitter, right? Oh, I need this, I need that. Man, he knows exactly where he's walking. He didn't even hesitate to turn. He says Chicago Avenue, right? He's on Grand. Chicago's north of Grand. So he's going the wrong way. This is the Salvation Army that shut down here, right?
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer.
Yeah, I need to do my taxes. I'm slow on it. I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of, man. I got to start making me a schedule and knock some stuff out.
69. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
6:15 now, the AccuWeather 5-day forecast sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing.
There's a Salvation Army here.
Meteorologist Brian Thompson.
I think we do have a mostly clear sky overhead right now. We will have patchy clouds as we head through tonight. Temperatures dropping to around 30 degrees. Now, despite
boarded it up. They put those screens there so people can't get in there, right?
Clouds and sun will get to a high of 52.
Yeah, see, there's another guy over here. See that there?
Wednesday, clouds and some sunshine. We'll get to a high around 69 degrees as we head into Wednesday, and even warmer on Thursday. Some sun will be followed by clouds. It'll be.
You heard it's supposed to be 80 Thursday.
Thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening as a cold front approaches. Some of those storms could produce damaging winds and hail, especially south of Chicago. Thursday's high about 73, but then once that front is through, temperatures tumble.
There's another guy over here. See that? They're all over here, man. They give them the drugs and they walk around. Remember, we showed you. They showed us the drugs. The couple of guys. They're heroin addicts, right?
Going down to 30 tonight. Back to you by the meteorologist, Brian Thompson.
There you go. There's another one, right?
16, time to visit Lober Motors, Mercedes-Benz,
and there's another guy, right?
Sports, and the scorer's Chris Emma.
Good evening, Andy. It's been 21 years since Illinois played in the Final Four. The program has reached the Sweet 16.
They're stripping these buildings of their copper here.
Back in that stage, with 2 victories in Houston this weekend, they'll return to the pinnacle stage of this sport. But first, Illinois must get past the Houston Cougars. That means putting the top flight.
The city is not addressing that problem. They're playing a game. It's like you seen what they happened with the girl, Loyola student, murdered by a guy that should never have been on the street. See, there's the guy right there. He's wandering around. See that there? That guy that killed that Loyola student never should have been in the country. He never should have been in the country. First, he should not be in the country. He's an illegal. Secondly, when he was arrested, he shouldn't have been let go. Third, when he had a warrant, he shouldn't have been running around on the street. So he was let into the country. He was arrested and let go. Then he had a warrant and he never was picked up. You kind of get what I'm saying here? That's systemic failures. That family, I'm telling you, that Gorman family, I think They should sue the city of Chicago for $100 billion for everything that the city of Chicago has. They should sue it, and JB Pritzker for all the money they got, every penny. Make Chicago bankrupt. I don't care. That they need to do that. See, there they go, man. There's some guys right there. I think that's the guy we know, man. We don't know that guy, man. No. There's somebody else right there, man. There's all kinds of drug addicts. They're all around here, right? But that's my view. I think every family that lost a loved one to an illegal needs to sue that jurisdiction. The police, the prosecutors, the judges, the state, the county, whatever, anybody involved that allowed those people to run loose in those jurisdictions. Especially in this case, that guy was arrested. He never should have been let out of jail. He's an illegal. In the old days, the illegal, if he was arrested, the cop would hand him over to immigration. That's how it used to be. So think about it. Sanctuary city doesn't mean protecting legal immigrants. It means protecting criminals. It's a criminal law, like the Safety Act. The Safety Act is a criminal law. It's for criminals to let them loose on us, on the public. Period. Sanctuary has nothing to do with legal immigration, because if you're a legal immigrant, you take care of your business. And there were sanctuaries in churches, and remember that one where the ladies stayed in the church for a long time? The feds didn't go into a church. They don't do that stuff, man. They ain't got time for that. Sanctuary city, those laws were directly to protect criminal aliens, no one else. That's what that was for. That's what those laws were passed. I know they go, and there's an argument that Harold Washington helped pass that one in Chicago. But Brandon Johnson enforces it, right? Here's the point. There's a lot of laws on the books. There's a lot of it. There's billions of laws. The government decides which laws to enforce. Well, the city, and it started with Lightfoot. Lightfoot had a molester that she let out of jail. You know that, right? And for that guy, they put a detainer. He raped a 2-3-year-old girl or 3-4-year-old girl over at the Rock and Roll McDonald's. There's videos of it. Then tackling the guy. They got him. And that guy was in jail. The feds, the ICE feds and whoever said, no, don't let him out. Lightfoot let him out. And 2-3 days later, he raped a girl in the bathroom at the McDonald's. So she started this stuff in Chicago, and I don't know why she did that. That's messed up since she's a prosecutor. But it's the leadership of the city and the police department that says, I want you to do this. So they know he's an illegal. That pops up. It pops up. Why? Because he's an illegal. He doesn't have no IDs. He doesn't have no status in our society. So when you arrest the guy, he doesn't have no record. So they're going to say, who are you? They put his fingerprint in. It shows he's illegal. So what do? They purposely let him out on the street. They could have kept him in jail, called the ICE, called to say, hey, man, we got an illegal here. Get him out of here, right? That's how it used to be in the old days. But they don't know more, right? And then now we end up with a dead girl, right? A dead 18-year-old. And you got people making all kinds of goofball comments, and it's propaganda, and it's racist. Oh, what's racist about saying that an illegal kill? What's racial about saying an illegal killed a white girl, right? Or 18-year-old college student? What's racial about that? There's nothing racial about that. That's bizarre behavior. Right? When somebody says it was racial that I posted something, today I had one of those comments that I'm causing racial propaganda. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's crazy. The behavior that we have now in our society that's become, and I call it the liberal brain disease. Man, there's cops right next to us, right there. There's cop station right next to us. And then you got the drug addict walking around here. There's cop. I don't want to turn my camera because they're going to arrest me for having my camera in my car, right? So I leave it with a hands-free, right? Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. Right, where are we at? We'll listen to some radio calls. How about that?
Live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1.
That guy should never have been on the street. Period. That family needs to sue everybody that was involved in that case and go to prison for manslaughter. That's what.
North on Clinton, north is going westbound on Maxwell from Clinton.
That's right here.
Westbound on Maxwell from Clinton.
Stolen car.
On Jefferson now. Southbound on Jefferson.
All right, we got a stolen car running around. We just got, right? That's a stolen car. Listen up.
What unit was standing by? 86 boy. 86 boy, got taking numbers to Jeff. It's 10312. 7385 boy. 7385 boy.
They're right here.
Number for 79th and red line.
That stolen car is somewhere right here.
It's 10. Citywide, I got eyes on it. It's westbound at Archer and Clark right now.
And right here.
Charlie Henry has, Charlie 1 has so west on Archer through Wentworth. Westbound on Archer past Wentworth. Alright, northbound Canal still at 14th place. Going
right here.
westbound at 14th place from Canal. Alright, so far. Northbound Canal from 14th place. Northbound Clinton from 14th place.
Stolen car is somewhere right here.
Alright, northbound on Clinton now. No, northbound Clinton, north is going westbound on Maxwell from Clinton. Westbound on Maxwell from Clinton. Alright, going westbound 14th place in a truck yard.
There's the helicopter right there.
Alright, westbound 14th place. 601, 14th place. Alright, in the truck yard. 601 West 14th place in the truck yard. The address? 601 West 14th place in the truck yard. Alright, westbound Roosevelt from Halsted.
There's the helicopter right up there. They're looking for him right there, man.
Alright, still westbound Roosevelt. Code some traffic at Morgan. Westbound at Morgan. Ground units making contact at 960 West Roosevelt Road.
960 West Roosevelt Road.
Hey, so far.
960 West Roosevelt. Let's go. Stolen car, right? Carjackers. That just happened right now, so we'll be there in a second. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that killing of that young girl, man. And then you see he's got tuberculosis, he's got a gun.
383 Charlie, steer clear.
Like, what's the dude doing in our country, man? 900 West Roosevelt, so we got to go over there, right? We got a stolen car, right? Oh, sorry to hear that, my brother or sister. That's a nasty thing here. They shoot, kill, and murder people with those cars. And these are different types of crimes. The migrant stuff is different than the Kia stealings, and those crimes is different.
Northbound Union on the southbound lane at Wells. 12. Alright, northbound on Union. Alright, so far.
We're over there.
383 Charlie, steer clear. Alright, still westbound Roosevelt. Code some traffic at Morgan.
That's where we're going.
Morgan.
Stolen car over
making
here.
Contact at 960 West Roosevelt Road.
960, well, that's Halsted and Roosevelt, right in the middle of traffic.
7383 Charlie, steer clear. Give me a second. 7384 Edwards. Somebody will text for the helicopter. Helicopter, let me know when the appears to have a secure.
Hey, you want to see some crazy prices there? Look at those prices. How about them? See those gas prices there? Look at that. $6.39, $5.79, and $5.19. There you go. I've had to get gas there when I'm out and I wasn't watching. And I was out of gas. That's where I have to go sometimes. One of the only gas stations in this area. We're going to Roosevelt and Halsted. They got a car. Some stolen car carjackers. Let's get over there, right? It's right down here. So we're at.
I want the city. Can I get the event number for that? It's 10241, 10241. And are they in custody or what? 10-4, let's see, 2 times detained. We got a break for fuel now. Alright, 10-4, thanks for your assistance. They got 3 detained. Alright, 10-4, yep. They got a missed custody. Alright, citywide 1 is clear. First unit that was coming in, yeah.
3 in custody, stolen car. Roosevelt and Halsted.
7384 Edwards. 7384. Yeah, can I get a number for 35th and 35th red light? It's 10413 10413. Charlie 1. Go for Charlie 1. You go to Midway or you go to Costco for gas? No, we're going back up to our hangar at Wheeling. Ooh, that's fine. I got an Adam unit coming in. 387 Adam, can I get a Sulfide 2 line number, please?
What number was it? Make sure.
Take 10423. Alright, 10-4. 7383 Charlie, steer clear. Give me a second. 7384 Edwards. Somebody wants to for the helicopter. Helicopter, let me know when that appears to have them secure. Charlie 1 to city wide. Can I get the event number for that? It's 10241, 10241. And are they in custody or what? 10-4, let's see, 2 times detained. We got a break for fuel now. Alright, 10-4, thanks for your assistance. They got 3 detained. Alright, 10-4, yep. They got a missed custody. Alright, citywide 1 is clear. First unit that was coming in, yeah, they are. 70. I have 2 in the same time. 7384 Edwards. 7384. Yeah, can I get a number for 35th and 35th red light? It's 10413 10413. Charlie 1. Go for Charlie 1. You go to Midway or you go to Costco for gas? No, we're going back up to our hangar at Wheeling. Ooh, that's fine. I got an Adam unit coming in. 387 Adam, can I get a Sulfide 2 line number, please? Take 10423 10423. 7383 Charlie. 7383.
Be right here. You'll see this somewhere.
Take event number 10424 10424. 3216. Go ahead. Is it possible to change that to a 99 Adam? You can have whatever you like. It's changed. 99, thank you. No problem. 3214. 4604. Can we get a number for Homeland Security Check Museum Campus?
Traffic is now all backed up over here.
7384 Charlie. 7384 Charlie. 7384 Charlie. I got an event number for the Garcia Red Line. 10441. 6409 Eddie. Hey, Henry. 6409 Henry. 6409 Eddie. Squad, we're over here on Roosevelt and Morgan. Can we get 2 more cage cars for our vendors? Yep, 10-4. You said Morgan. Give me the exact address where you are. Yeah, you can go with 944 West Roosevelt.
Right here.
You need 2 more cage cars. All right, 10-4. I request it. 7383 Henry. 7383 Henry here. What's number 838? Northbound from 55th and Ashland. Can I get an event number? It's 10454. Adam. Can I get a number for Rooseville Airline, please? It's 10469 10469. 7373. 773. 69 red.
So now it's all backed up here because of these criminals, right? Let's put this on.
Innocent 17 in citywide assault in progress. Kimberly Lawrence. Michaels reporting a male black, green coat, red backpack, arguing with 45 teens. He pushed one of them outside the train station. Zone 1, District 17, clear.
There you go, man.
10479. 10479. 7384. Edward. Somebody wants to exit helicopter. Helicopter. Still westbound Roosevelt, code some traffic at Morgan.
See, now it's all backed up. That's how it is here. Look, there's a green light. No cars went because of the criminals blocked the street. This is because of criminal activity, right? That's what this is. You just seen the green light. No one moved because of the criminals. Right? That's what you're watching.
Ground units making contact at 960 West Roosevelt Road.
SubX.News on the spot reporting 3 people in a stolen car. They're pulled over here by the Chicago police.
Northbound Union. I'm not southbound by that Wells.
And we can't get through because everything's blocked off. We don't. The traffic is now blocked on Roosevelt.
Sorry, northbound Halstead from Max.
3 in custody here. Stolen car.
Northbound Halstead from Max, please. Anybody in Blue Line Racing for Assault in Progress, Blue Line Racing? All right, westbound Roosevelt from Halstead.
It's right here. They're under arrest.
Still westbound Roosevelt, code some traffic.
Again, the crime affects everything in our city. It affects traffic. It affects businesses. It affects individuals. It's not... stealing cars does affect everybody. You see, this whole traffic jam is not here because of the stolen car. There's a stolen car right here. You'll see it.
Somebody wants to exit helicopter. Helicopter, let me know when it appears to have a security.
It's green light. No one's moving because of the police activity. No one's moving. No one's moving at all. That's what you're in. I'm in the middle of a traffic jam now. So if an ambulance had to come, they couldn't get through here because of police activity. Got it? There you go. 3 detained. No one's moving. And there's a cop next to me not directing traffic, right?
Ground units making contact at 960 West Roosevelt Road. Hey, it's a phone. 7383 Charlie, zero clear. No, give me a sec. 7384 Edward. Somebody wants to exit helicopter. Helicopter, let me know when it appears to have a security.
There you go, man.
Charlie 1 to Citywide. Can I get the event number for that? It's 1024110.
SubX.News on the spot reporting. Let's go. The cage cars is coming, so you're going to be able to see who's getting arrested, right? SubX.News. There you go, right? That's a stolen car right there, right? There you go. SubX.News. There you go, right? So if you're missing a Kia, there's your Kia, man. There you go, right? There you go, one in custody over there. See that? Right there. State police. See that there? One in custody. SubX.News. See that there? There you go. There you go. There you go. So they got one in there. They got 3 in custody over here. See all the cops here? That's the stolen car over there. They got one in there. All these guys to catch that one little car there, right? Now they're pulling that one away. They drive it away there. See that there? SubX.News on the spot reporting stolen carjackers, whatever you call them. Right? There you go, man. It's probably going to end up with the state police. Chicago police probably won't do nothing about it, right? There. Man, he's got nice cruise there, right? That's the car over there. See that there? SubX.News on the spot reporting. Stolen car, huh? There you go. That's the stolen car, right? So there you go, right? And some of these cars just got cracked up. There you go, right? There you go. That's your stolen car. His bag, it's a little bit cracked up. See that there? There you go. He started up. They hot wired it and they're going to get it out of here, right? There you go, man. There you go, right? There you go, like that. They go into another call. See that there? SubX.News, right? There you go. We're always on the scene trying to get you the news. As you see, young kid stealing cars. If that was your car, it's wrecked. It's going for evidence. Luckily, it still drives. There you go. SubX.News. There we go. Getting you the news that you need. Yeah, there you go. That was a Kia, right? Stolen Kia. 3 in custody. Young kids, right? There you go. On Citizen, they're saying that was some kind of shooting involved too. There you go, right? You don't know what these things are involved in. I'll play you the radio calls if you want. No one talks about these crimes. These are daily crimes. They happen all the time. These are the crimes that destroy our city, the slow grind the drug dealing, the abuse, the harming of women, right?
Correction, 10542, 10542.
So if you want to hear the call,
Again, please. 10542, 10542.
well,
Thank you. Brownie is making contact.
that's right here. This is the call right here. All right, listen up. So this is what you're watching.
601 West 14th Place in the truck yard. Hey, now he's on northbound Union on the southbound lanes at Wells.
That's right here, right?
12. All right, northbound on Union in the southbound lanes from, you said Wells? Sorry, northbound Halstead from Maxwell. All right, northbound Halstead from Maxwell. Anybody know Blue Line Racing for Assault in Progress, Blue Line Racing?
That's the stolen car right in front of us.
Roosevelt from Halstead. Westbound Roosevelt from Halstead. That's far.
SubX.News on the spot reporting.
Traffic at Morgan.
That's right here. That's Morgan.
Westbound at Morgan. Ground units making contact at 960 West Roosevelt Road.
There you go.
Alright, so far. 7383 Charlie, steer clear. No, give me a second.
SubX.News.
7384 Edwards. Somebody wants to for the helicopter. Helicopter, let me know when it appears you have it secure. Charlie 1 to Citywide. Can I get the event number for that? It's 10241, 10241. And are they in custody or what? 10-4, let's leave it 2 times detained. We got a break for fuel now. Alright, 10-4, thanks for your assistance. They got 3 detained. Alright, 10-4, yep. They got medical custody. Thanks. Alright, Citywide 1 is clear. First unit that was coming in, yeah, they are. 73. I have 2 units at the same time. 7384.
There you go. SubX.News on the spot reported.
Yeah, can I get a number for 35th and red light? It's 10413 10413. Charlie 1. Go for Charlie 1. You go to Midway or you go to Costco for gas? No, we're going back up to our hangar at Wheeling. Ooh, that's fine. I got an Adam unit coming in. 387 Adam, making southbound blue line number, please. Take 10423 10423. 7383 Charlie. 7383. That number for a red line 65. Take event number 10424 10424. 3216. Go ahead. Is it possible to change that to a 99, Adam? You can have whatever you like. It's changed. 99, thank you. No problem. 3214.
Sounds like this was a stolen car, maybe shots fired. 3 in custody. Roosevelt and Morgan.
10435 10435. Nothing gonna come in. 8384 Charlie. 7384 Charlie. 7384 Charlie. Negative event number for the Garcia red line. 10441. 6409 Eddie. Hey Henry. 6409 Henry. 6409 Eddie squad. We're over here on Roosevelt and Morgan. Can we get 2 more cage cars for our offenders? Yep, 2-4. You said Morgan. Give me the exact address where you are. Yeah, you can go with 944 West Roosevelt. And you need 2 more cage cars. All right, 2-4. I request it. 7383 Henry. 7383 Henry, yeah. So number 8038 northbound from 55th and Ashland. Can I get an event number? It's 10454. 7386 Adam. 86 Adam. Can I get a number for Roosevelt Airline, please? It's 10469 10469. 7373. 773. 69 red. Units 17 in citywide assault in progress. Kimball and Lawrence. Michaels reporting a male black, green coat, red backpack, arguing with 45 teens. He pushed one of them outside the train station. Zone 1, District 17 clear. 10479. 10479. Here's a night there, City. 7386 Adam. It's I get lunch at 1142 South 10505. I'm sorry, correction, Wabash instead of Mission. Okay, I'll check. Yeah, sure, Citywide. We're back up. Welcome back. 7353. 7363. Yes, like, can I get an event number for Howard in the red? Alright, take event number 10514. 7387 Charlie. 87 Charlie. You want for Blue Line O'Hare, please? 10521, 10521. 7386 boy. 86 boy. Yeah, can I get numbers for Jackson Blue Line? This is 104, correction, 10542, 10542. Say that again, please. 10542, 10542. Boy, thank you. 7 Adam. 87 Adam. Can I get another number for Belmont Blue Line, please? It's 10549, 10549.
Nice sunset, huh, everybody? Let's do a meditation sunset. We'll call it a night, all right?
95 David, could I please get the number for Blue Clinton?
We're going to figure out where to get a nice
It's
sunset.
10555. Units 7 to Citywide, getting the person with the gun, 640 West 71 Place. Mail caller stated that called through 311 refused to provide any additional info, says Annette Graham just went inside the residence with a gun. Nothing further, zone 6 there. 7386 Charlie. 86 Charlie. You want for the Blue Line, Park and 10601, 10601. 5700 Go ahead. Currently going eastbound at 1300 East 53rd Street is a stolen white 2018 GMC Arcadia. Frank X-ray A1930. You said 1300 East 53? Copy. As the eastbound. 738 Charlie.
Another stolen car.
86 Charlie. You want for the
Never ending, right? Did you just hear it? It's another stolen car, right?
5700 Go ahead. Currently going eastbound at 1300 East 53rd Street is a stolen white 2018 GMC Arcadia. Frank X-ray A1930. You said 1300 East 53? Copy. As the eastbound from 1300 East 53rd Street is a white 2018 GMC Arcadia. I'm sure zone 7 will be thrilled. 7383 George.
White GMC Arcadia.
7383 George. Event number for a bus check, Roosevelt Route, east from Pulaski. This is 10633, 10633. 49 David 6. 49 David 6. But that car sister I was looking for, that stolen Honda, we located it. It's going to be parked. If you disregard. 7385 boy. 85 boy? Yeah, can I get a van number for 7383 George? 7383. 5700 Go ahead. Currently going eastbound at 1300 East 53rd Street is a stolen white 2018 GMC Arcadia. Frank X-ray A1930. You said 1300 East 53? Copy. As the eastbound from 1300 East 53rd Street is a white 2018 GMC Arcadia. I'm sure zone 7 will be thrilled. 7383 George.
There you go, another car. It's never ending, right?
Event number for a bus check, Roosevelt Route, east from Pulaski.
And they say those crimes doesn't matter. They do.
10633, 10633. 49 David 6.
They crash, they smash cars, they harm people.
The car really looking for that stolen Honda. We've located it. It's going to be parked.
I want to get this a nice sunset video, right? So we can have some meditation music, right?
385 boy. 85 boy? Yeah, can I get a VIN number for 79th and 11? 10660. 83 Charlie. 783 Charlie. Number for red line 69. It's 10662. 7387 Charlie.
Let's get some sunset meditation, everybody.
Line on here, please.
Let's go.
10672.
We're gonna go north to see where the sun's gonna set.
White Arcadia, northbound Blackstone, coming up 252. We're gonna be on the zone with it.
52nd and Blackstone, the White Arcadia.
6409 Eddie. Hold on a second. 8680 guy. 6409 Eddie. Black, you just show us the first district on the road. 6409 Henry. This is from the one over there on Roosevelt. 10-4, and we're 09 Eddie. Ah, okay, yeah, I got you down there. I got you on 113.
52nd and Blackstone, the White Stolen Arcadia.
Hey, look, 6409. You pull 2 pointing incidents and notify supervisor. Thank you. 6409, you copy? Copy.
Units at 12 and Citywide. We have a person with a knife at Peoria and Monroe. 2 male blacks. Color station.
Arcadia.
2 men walking eastbound. One with a machete in its packaging. Wearing a gray jacket and a blue jacket. No further information. Zone 3.
Anybody near Lakeshore Drive on Wilson got municipal ordinance violation? White, red and white semi southbound on Lakeshore Drive in the right lane.
Semi truck.
Before I see you, I got a criminal trespass in progress. Thunder Food and Liquor, 1018 East 93rd Street. Female black throwing things will not leave the store. Square brown, but the further station clear. 4723. 4753? 4723. 23 guys. I got that number. I'm going to drop my partner off at the kennel.
I'm trying to get to the sunset.
Hey, 10760. 2.
I think it's gonna be around Harrison today. We're gonna see. I think so. Yeah, no, it's a little north of Harrison. But we're gonna get the sunset. There we go. All right, let's start with some meditation music. Where's my meditation music? Oh, I gotta get rid of that. Like that. Let's do some meditation, right? For a 10 or 15 minutes, then we'll call it a night. I'll go back on live if I need to. We're kind of the west side, right? All right. Remove negative thoughts, fall asleep. Which one are we gonna do? Fall into deep healing. How about that one? Let's try that. All right. Let's do some meditation. I'm going to try to get to the sunset now, right? You got all kinds of guys walking around here, huh? to set in one of these streets. I just got to pick the right one. Man, these red lights aren't doing me any good today. We might just sit here on Jackson. I don't know if it's going to hit me. It moves streets, right? See what I mean? There we go. We're gonna try to get to it. See that? Beautiful, right? Ooh. There we go. Right. Johnny's Ice House. Chasing the sunset tonight. On the west side. I think that's about as far as we're gonna get. There you go. Nice, eh? We're on Franklin Boulevard, west side. Chicago perch fishing update. Go. See there? There's your sunset. A little north of us. righty. I hope you guys enjoyed the show so far. I think that's about it. I'm way past my time limit. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoy the sunset. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll start managing my time a little bit better and we get to a stationary sunset. But hey, it was beautiful tonight. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. It's 7:17 p.m. It's March 23rd. It's Monday. It's SubX.News on the spot reporting. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.